Alright, we're good.
Be like,
Bussin' with the boys, hanging with the fellas, betting on a game. No woman's gonna tell us what to do, and I've been over here just drinking beer and making that noise. Baby, I'm hanging with the fellas, bussin' with the boys.
Bro.
Is the camera on me, Mitch? Welcome to another episode of Bussin' With The Boys. This is episode 286. We have a spectacular guest on with the Mentalist Oz. Before we get there, just know the Beer Games Championships of the World is out. Episode 1 is out. Episode 2 comes out this evening. The championship round comes out Wednesday. Our presenting sponsor, the Chevy, time out. Here's what we have to do first. Today is a very special day. Today is my best friend's birthday. He is 33 years old, and if you can join me by leaving a comment saying happy birthday, Taylor, we're going to sing him a song. So if you're listening right now on audio, if you're watching on YouTube, sing at home, sing in the car, but we're going to sing happy birthday to my dear friend, Taylor Lewan. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Taylor. He's the boy. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, guys. That was very nice. That was very nice and uncomfortable all at once. All right, we're still clapping.
Yeah! Birthday boy! Okay. This episode is presented to you by the one, the only, the Chevy Silverado. This is a Chevy truck podcast. The greatest trucks ever built. Our good friends at Chevrolet have been a big part of the Bussin' family and even in our personal lives. Your boy, he's got himself a ZR2. Taylor, I've heard rumors he's been looking at some new Chevys that he might be purchasing soon.
We're peaking.
The Chevy Silverado, longtime awesome partner of the show with unstoppable, commanding grit, capability, legendary dependability as well. Find out for yourself, like so many of our boys. Head to Chevy.com to check out all the Chevy truck grit and build your own Silverado for do-it-yourself projects to off-road trips. Why do I always get that wrong? To road trips, off-road adventures, to tailgates. Whatever your thing is, it all starts with the Chevy truck. Happy birthday, bro.
Thanks, dude. Yes.
Happy birthday. July 22nd.
You remembered.
1991.
That is correct. 1991. Good year. Strong year.
Strong year.
Very good year. I'm happy.
What was your favorite part about being 32?
Man.
Just put him on the spot.
Favorite part about being 32?
You had a lot happen.
I don't know. A lot of good stuff. Last year was a great year.
Yeah.
It's a good year. New gambling show. Prosperous year.
Yeah.
Boys grew. We have new guys coming in now. A lot of gambling. Really enjoyed gambling. Probably gambling. It's probably gambling.
Some awesome UFC events we got to witness.
Just life, I think, at 32 was awesome. And I can't wait to see where 33 goes. It was a good time. I like 33. It's got a nice little ring to it. And next year, 34. 3 plus 4 is?
37.
Nope. 3 plus 4 is?
7.
Which is my favorite number.
Yes.
So I'm getting closer to that. It's just an exciting time. It's an exciting time. 33 is it's a fun age. It's a fun free-for-all age. I can do what I want.
I got you a birthday gift, but I forgot it at home.
Okay.
That was tough. I did send you I sang you a little happy birthday. However, I'll get you that gift. Maybe I'll come by the house later today. Or maybe tomorrow.
Do you want to give me a hint what it is? You said it's a bad gift.
It's not an impressive gift whatsoever.
That's okay. It doesn't have to have like monetary value to not be an impressive gift. The fact that you thought of something special.
Okay, good.
Just the thought that counts is all that matters.
Good.
You know?
I do have another gift in mind now because I feel like you were hinting to me a little bit ago.
See, I knew you thought I was hinting.
You're into me.
What's that?
You were hinting to me.
No, I wasn't hinting to you.
Throwing a hint at me.
I do appreciate that. Do you want me to unpack what the hint was?
Sure.
What you think the hint was?
Yeah.
We were having a conversation because we're having an issue with the ads popping up for this beautiful podcast, and we're talking about CFB 25. I'm literally saying out loud,
how great of a game it's been.
This intro is really taken away from me enjoying some CFB 25 against you and maybe some of the boys after we're done. And then I said, it's all I thought about all weekend. It's really one of those games where I'm so happy I'm happy it's not at my house because my family would be ignored. Every single chance I got, I would go play that game. And so the fact that it's in a place where I can't like just go get it and go play
You
it.
can't access it.
I can't access it. I like that.
However, I think we figured out that you just have an Xbox One. You don't have an Xbox One X or S series.
Yeah,
which is what
so.
you need to have CFB.
Yeah, but
Hey, I hear you.
I don't need to be here, dude.
I hear you.
I know. I hear you hearing me, but I want you to hear me that you're hearing the wrong thing.
Understood.
No, I
know-
don't think you're understanding.
No, this is great to have for your wife and kids watching this. I understood. I understand.
All right.
I'm picking it up.
Okay.
I got you.
I see what you did
Happy
there.
birthday,
I see what you
man.
did. Thanks, brother. Thanks. But yeah, dude, that game is it's conquered my mind without even being in my house.
Dude, it is incredible.
It is awesome. And I was the one, and I think we can look back at the last few episodes before it came out, very pessimistic about the gameplay, and it was going to be more like Madden. I was on the end of show me, don't tell me type of mentality. And they've showed. I love it. I've watched a lot of clips on different things.
Ooh.
And people, there's real gamers out there, because I am not a real gamer. There are
Shout
real.
out Kurt Bankert.
Okay.
That's how you say it, right?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Kurt Bankert. He's a gamer. He was a cute quarterback for the Packers.
Okay.
He streams a lot. He's big in the streaming community. And he is an absolute savage, apparently, on all football games. He kind of teaches football through the lens of video games.
I think I probably stumbled across.
I'm
a couple
sure
of
you
those
have,
episodes.
because he's one of the leading forces of
Yeah.
playing this game online.
It is, but he's probably one of the people that bitched about some of the glitches and stuff like that. But I think the game is it's just awesome. It's just an awesome game, and
You're kind of the king of the shop right now.
I guess I am. I don't know
Mitch,
how. I have no fucking clue how I am the king of this shop. I am so bad at these types of video games. Yet
I think you and Mitch are gonna have to figure it out.
I did see a clip because you played me Texas A&M, and it obviously didn't go your way. I saw a clip being like Texas A&M is one of the worst teams to play with.
People have their opinions on shit.
Yeah, is that still your team?
No, it's Alabama.
Of course, it's Alabama. That's crazy, right?
Alabama, I don't even think is a top 5 team. Overall wise, they might be 5.
They're top 10.
I'll tell you what, I was playing over the weekend, and Sherm had it highlighted up there. This number 2, this linebacker for Georgia, is an absolute menace.
What's his real name? Can I get his real name?
I don't know, but he looks.
Okay.
He's bringing it up.
He looks.
I mean, this kid.
Smale?
Small Mondin Jr.?
I don't think there's no way. It's Smale. Smale. Smale Mondin Jr. And I think Smale would appreciate me saying his name correctly like
this
that.
young man is a thoroughbred in the game. He's got to be a first round. He's got to be a day one type of cat in next year's draft.
I mean, first off, this is a zesty ass photo of this boy right here.
Dude.
That being said, he looks incredible.
This young man was
you see the hips popped out a little bit in that wrist movement. That's strong.
He was running the double mug package. Smile Monday.
Oh, that's fun.
He was running the double mug package to where he's up in the A gaps, and he's running cover 0 every play. And he does a great job as a linebacker, like knowing the slide's coming to you, he's not going to get the sack. He bails right away. And guess right, I have no clue, but he knew every time what receiver I wanted to throw to in this cover 0, and he would run and pick this shit off and take it to the house.
Was it a 3-3 cover 0?
3-3 cover 0.
So I saw some hacks on the game. Like, these are the best defenses.
Double
to
mug.
run.
They're across the board.
It was Ohio State
6 in your
versus
face.
Georgia, and Georgia, the number 2 kid, he was usually basically using 3-3 double mug, and he was taking the defensive ends, and he'd take one to the strong side and move it into the B gap, and he would have double mug with the nose as well.
Yeah, he was doing something. It was haunting me. I wanted to put my controller through the TV. So I'm thinking, how are you running the same double mug 0 blitz every fucking play?
And the Smale guy, I don't know him personally. This is the first time I'm really seeing him. But when you're a child and you think, I'm going to start playing football, and you start seeing football players and you think someday I'm going to look like that.
Yeah.
Smale is that.
Yeah. He might be. Hey, Sherm, while we're talking about him too, like see where he's ranked as far as like linebackers in the draft next year goes.
And where's he from? Where's he
Dallas,
from?
Georgia.
There's a Dallas, Georgia.
Yeah.
Learning something new every day, boys.
But
Learning something new every single day.
But yeah, I've been rocking with Bama.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How's it
Dude,
working?
it's hard to play with like when you're playing online, they separate it tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 teams. And there's probably only 8 to 10 tier 1 teams. But dude, if you play with anybody in their tier 2 and you're playing somebody in that tier 1 level, it is hard to kind of
You have to legit be skilled.
Yeah.
You have to be very skilled at the game to be able to handle that kind of process.
There was a cat. I wish I could give him a quality shout out. I didn't have my headset on, but he was kind of talking to me through the screen. And he said my username, and he was like, "Is this Will Compton from Bussin With The Boys?" And then he was like, "Man, you trash. Like, you are fucking trash. You need to go back on this podcast and talk about this asshole." And then at the very end, he was like, "Oh, the smelly rabbit, you can't catch the smelly rabbit." He would intercept the ball and just start playing like all these little, he would start changing his voice and just mock me the entire time. He's like, "Man, I hope this is Will Compton Bussin With The Boys." He's like, "Oh, the smelly rabbit, you can't get the rabbit. You can't get the rabbit."
He's watching this right now, so happy. You've justified every single bit he's ever done in his head just by that.
And I was like clenching my fist, just mad, like, this motherfucker. He'd catch the ball right when he'd catch it. Be like, "Oh, I wasn't even trying to go there. Oh, the rabbit, you tried to catch a rabbit?" This motherfucker.
How many hours did you play this weekend?
Maybe 30 minutes tops.
Come on. Hey, I'm picking up what you put down. 30 minutes. You played only 30 minutes. You're family man.
I sent Garrett a screenshot because I saw he was playing. I'll show you what I'm ranked in the world right now.
There's world rankings?
Mind you, like at any given time online, there's over 600, 700,000 people online.
It's not bad.
It's
not a bad number at all. You're top 50,000.
28,000.
And one. 28,001. That's impressive. You're 1%.
I'm getting better. But here's what happens too in the online world. You might score a touchdown the opening drive, somebody will quit. They'll quit right away. They'll leave the game. Or you score and then they throw a pick on their first drive or throw a pick in the first quarter, whatever. They quit. So guys will quit fairly quickly.
That's not the kind of generation we want growing up playing ball.
So a lot of this stuff's kind of padded. They're not like seeing the game through whatsoever.
Are you one of those guys?
No, the only time I'll quit is like if they're up on me like 21 in the fourth quarter. So that way it's like I know I'm not going to come back and win this game. So let me do us both a favor, get out of it, and then I can get into another game. Yeah. Matter of fact, the guy who was telling me the smelly rabbit, he wanted me to quit. He's like, "Bro, can you just quit, man, so we can both move on?" And I fucking played every snap.
Dude, Smail Bondin, he's a senior. He's at 89 on CFB 25.
He's a stud.
How is he at 89 when the highest ranked player is at 96? Wait.
Yes.
Yeah, because that Will Johnson kid from Michigan, he's the highest rated. So I guess that all pans out. That all makes sense. Can I tell you something about CFB and I think where your faults are?
Yeah.
You're too smart. You're too much of a football mind. You understand the game of football too much. So when it becomes into a virtual reality world, you are using motions, doing hot routes, and not taking into account that this is a video game and you just got to press buttons sometimes. You're looking at coverages. You're looking at but
I'm also not a quarterback. I would also say I'm not a good quarterback right now.
You're a man who's worn the green dot before. And so you have a lot on your plate and you understand tendencies, you understand trips, 2x2, all this stuff, back offset, where's the Y at, all of those things, motioning to figure out if it's in zone or if it's man. There's been so many times where I'll just pick a defense because I don't really know defenses like that. I was always taught just to watch the safeties and understand the tendencies, but never like this is cover 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. I'll run Tampa 2, which is a very basic defense. And you'll be like, "Oh, you were in Tampa there. You were in whatever here. Oh, you brought the nickel off the edge." It's just like you just see things that I think you start playing a chess game versus someone who's playing checkers, and that becomes your downfall.
I'm just not very good going through progressions. I get scared.
See ghosts.
Yeah, right when my first one gets taken away. It happened with Mitch last week. I was playing him. I was like, I'll even know that somebody's standing there, and I'll still throw and think like, what if? And they'll still pick the ball up. Literally, Mitch stood there in the hook curl area, and I throw it right to him. And I was like, that is the example. I watched you not even move.
You watch the defender not do anything. You're like,
because in my head,
ball at him, he'll get out of the way.
I'm bad at pre-snap. This is where I'm going with the ball.
Yeah, you don't want to be that guy. You want to be a guy that has the game come to you. You want to be like water.
Yeah.
You want to flow with it. You don't want to just be like, this is where I'm going.
Yeah. I'll also tell you this too. I have yet to beat Michigan in the game.
Oh, even when you're playing?
Even when I'm playing online.
What's the deal with that? It's those two defensive linemen.
Dude, honestly, they do have a great D line, but what's his name? Mason Graham?
Yeah.
he is such a stud on that game.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to stop him.
Yeah, he's really good. That for 79 kids, really good. Both those guys might be first round draft picks this year, like both top 20 picks.
And knowing
Mason might even be a top 15, top 10
And knowing
pick.
Mason can get pressure up the middle, like you're not able to step up or do anything, and he just tosses motherfuckers
Yeah.
out of the way.
Yeah, dude. Mason's got that question mark ethnicity too. Is he light skinned or is that a white kid?
Oh, he's white.
You think so?
Oh, he's full on Caucasian, dude.
I don't think so, man. I think there might be a dash of something going on in there.
That's a young man who drinks Natty Light all weekend.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a better picture. I don't know, dude.
Well, just
I don't
because he's got
wanna
a
get-
little taper, he's just trying to be cool with the boys.
You think so?
Yeah, I know so.
Can we look
I've
him
been
up?
that- I've
Can
been
we
that
look him
cat.
up? Can we look up his Wikipedia? I want to see if this kid's full white.
I don't know how many pictures you need to see.
I don't know. Dude. I see tendencies to wear. Yep. Well, he's white. Yeah, that's his. Yeah, that's as white as it gets. Man, even his dad's like literally in the dictionary. You look up Caucasian male. That's it.
Yeah.
His mom's got some Italian in her.
Mr. Graham, what do you do? Sell insurance.
No
What would you
question about it. This guy, yep, salesman. Well,
do? Overall fun game.
good to see white guys making a comeback though on the defensive side of the ball. Am I right?
Yeah.
There's a bit I saw on Instagram the other day of some guy like he was doing jokes about like cornerbacks, white cornerbacks now in it, and he's like a black dude, but he's like joking, pretending to be a white guy, and now all the white little kids want to be corners and stuff like that. We're making a comeback. The boys are making a comeback. Is all I'm trying to say. What else is making a comeback? Boys,
games.
Beer Games Championship of the World. Let's give a round of applause for that.
We finally made it. We have finally made it.
The ebbs and flows, Portnoy yelling at you, you yelling at Portnoy. They were in Vegas. We're now out of Vegas. We're back in the backyard in Nashville. The whole world's coming to an end. Then all of a sudden, you take two guys with a dream and a drive, and it happens. We have 3 episodes coming out. Will already talked about that. This was the most fun beer games we've had in the past 3-4 years. It's been going on for 4 years. It's been filmed for 3 years, and 2 years was a real production. Now this one has obviously become more, but this was so much fun. Everybody was about the cause. So many different teams. We checked a lot of diversity boxes, which you really need at Bussin' the Boys. You look in the back of our bus, we got a lot of white cats back there. It's nice to see a little bit of diversity. A lot of gameplay back and forth. We had female representation. It was a great
Some
time.
upsets in there that I think everybody will enjoy watching.
Yeah.
Big cat puking.
Yeah. Very exciting. Obviously, you saw us in socials. The PMT guy surprised us. We told them you're out. Wasn't a disrespectful thing. It was truly us being like,
Stand
at
on
the end of the
business.
day, we just want people who want to be there. We want people to take part in something that's special and believe it's special and want to make it special. They show up in this dope, like looked like one of those party buses you see down on Broadway. They pull up on one of those. They come out. The vibes were high the entire day. Will had himself an extremely good showing on PMT that evening. Big Cat, I bruised Big Cat's cheeks.
Yeah.
Throwing him in that pool. There was a strong thrust in there. A strong thrust.
What was making
My knee
you do
hurt
that?
for
What were you trying to do
2
there?
weeks after. What's that?
What was happening? Were you trying to throw him in the pool?
Well,
Or
I
you
think
just
that was
wanted
either
to, like,
JP or Jack was like, hey, it's time for somebody to go in the pool.
You
I was
just
like-
wanted to like dominate
I was
him.
like, there's only one man. I hurt my back doing that, by the way.
Yeah, that's
My
a hard
back,
suplex.
my back slapped so
Belly to back
hard.
suplex.
Yeah. But I wanted him to know.
I think he knew.
He found out if he
Yeah.
didn't. He found out if he did it. It was just a good time, man. And I love that still photo of like, there's like 8 arms wrapped around my head, but I still have Big Cat and you're in there too. It's just like it just looks like a
And then
lemon party in there,
I grab
man.
Hank and give him the dishwasher where
Yeah.
you got the full Nelson going on.
I didn't know that happened until I saw the clip. That was the wildest shit I've ever
It's just a
seen.
full Nelson.
And Hank just not fighting at all. You see his body just go limp. This poor head has not seen sunlight in months. Look at this. Just he's not even doing anything. He's just taking it.
Because he was trying to stay out of it. He was
Look
trying to
at
stay
Chris
out of the
Long.
fight.
He's just.
It was a good time. You guys will enjoy this content.
It was fun. Bert's just sitting there thinking, yep, that was me last year. I'm so glad that the torch has been passed to somebody else. Chris Long's in a different atmosphere. He's not even available mentally. Just a really fucking good time. Look at you.
I know. Hairline looks tough there.
That's all right. That's an angle.
Hairline looks tough.
Hey, you're a
I know,
handsome guy.
yeah.
You're a handsome guy. And the good thing too, no disrespect to Hank. This is not a disrespectful thing to Hank, but if you put you and Hank next to each other, you're looking a whole lot better. So that's a dub.
I guess, but he shaved his head.
He shaved his head.
Like he had to shave his head.
Because he was going bald. You're not going bald. You got a little thin
No, I
up
don't think
top.
Hank's going bald. It was he lost a bet.
Because the Celtics won.
Oh, the Celtics won?
Oh.
No disrespect to Hank. I'm not
won.
trying to be disrespectful to Hank. That's
He
not
won a
disrespectful.
championship.
And the fact that I said no disrespect, he can't take disrespect from that. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
But
How-
great time.
Are you gonna watch? You gonna watch all?
Yeah,
all
I'll
three
watch
episodes?
it. We were just talking before. I joked about not watching it, but I'm for sure gonna watch it. It was interesting because security apparently left at like 4 or 5 o'clock, and so towards the other night there were people in my backyard that I didn't even know. I'm like, "Who you guys with?" They're like, "I was like, what?"
We
And
made
at
it
that
here.
time, drunk Taylor was like, "I don't care anymore, dude. Do whatever you want."
It was rare form.
It was rare form.
I'm hoping everybody else was in rare form when I see episode 3 here.
If I remember correctly,
Sherm said I go up to Steven and give him a genuine say like, hey, like we got to get this going. Like, when are we going to play the championship? And we just played the first round of the championship. In that, sorry, we had to cut that out.
yeah, that's tough. We had to cut that out. But you will see Will Compton he's just bought into being drunk.
yeah.
You're bought in.
Yeah.
There's no, and the most beautiful thing about you in that situation is you're not trying to hide. You know when people get drunk and they're trying to like pretend they're not drunk, which makes them look more drunk. You were just full on drunk. Full on drunk.
Yeah.
The photo of you laying on the ground with your hand in the air. That was something else,
Dude,
man.
Chandler at the end of the night laying down sleeping on the in the driveway.
Yeah, Jack.
One of the most funny.
Sleeping upstairs.
Sleeping upstairs in the recovery room.
One of the most iconic. One of the most iconic videos.
That was the best clip we had all day.
Right. And we had to
Thank
see
you,
Mike
thank
2
you,
days later.
Mike.
Me and Mike actually resolved our beef
Mike
over
and
the
I.
weekend.
But what happened?
Oh, you're gonna grammar please me?
Yeah, dude. I'm 33 now.
Yeah, Mike and me buried the hatchet. He actually buried the hatchet with me, but him and Tony Vitello, who's the Vols baseball coach, both went to Missouri at the same time. And one of my friends is good friends with Tony, and they wanted to connect them. So I sent the numbers in exchange, and he was like July 17th or 19th, whatever it was. It was the day that Jack and Mike buried the hatchet. He's like, we can continue being friends again. So
That's
looks like we're
beautiful,
back
man.
on the on
This is
the
a good vibes podcast, man. I'm
Yeah,
happy for
good
you. I'm
vibes.
very happy for you. Yeah, dude. It was such a fun time. And we took time to get the cold tub in between events
Yeah, which
Just-
was a smart move in the beginning.
in the beginning. Yeah, it was just fun, man. JP, you got in, didn't you?
You got in the cold tub?
Everyone just bought into biohacking.
Yeah.
Well-
and just getting hammered, just getting blacked
Yeah.
out.
As of right now, I'm still retired.
You're retiring. You're not drinking anymore?
I don't like the phrase "not drink anymore," but I'm retired from beer games. I think
Really?
I'm retired. But it's also July 22nd, so it could change.
I think as we get close again next year,
I
like,
think
the
so,
competitive
too.
juices will come out.
Yeah, maybe. I just think, man, I've been at the top of the mountain this chugging thing for a while now, and it feels good. And so why not go out on top and just, you never know if somebody would ever beat me for real. Because I know, and I don't know why it's Asian to me, but there's an Asian cat out there somewhere that at any point could take me down.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see that day. It's so wrapped around my identity.
Yeah.
Yeah, Asian.
Except for whatever reason, he feels like that's what it is.
Yeah, there's an Asian. I remember like seeing videos as a kid of like just Asian guys slamming water, and they would take like big like waters and they just put the whole thing in there. I thought that would beat me. So for whatever reason, the ethnicity that would beat me out there is
Yeah.
Asian.
Okay, so you're retired.
I'm retired as of right now.
Moment of silence. Taylor Lewan, greatest chugger of all time. Thank you. Oh yeah, if you retire, I'm gonna have to find a new teammate.
Why don't you host with me? We host.
I'm trying to compete.
James Neal.
Yeah,
James Neal. You trying to compete?
I'm trying to get back out there.
All right, I'm back.
I have a strong opinion on there has to be less beer.
I know, and I have a strong opinion that you're wrong.
Right, but I'm saying we should not have to do a pitcher of beer for Flip Cup.
Why?
Because the game, when you actually play the game for fun, hanging out with friends, you never put that much beer in Flip Cup. It's not a chugging game.
Here's the way I look at it, and anybody in the
I mean,
comments.
Taylor, we
you're-
drank 16 and a half beers within an hour.
Here's the way I look at it, and anybody in the comments, if you feel differently, feel more than welcome. Boys in the back, feel differently. If you feel differently, say anything. I believe the quantity of beer consumed is an equalizer throughout the day. So when you do the chug, everyone's on the same playing field. Based on Flip Cup, you could be out in the first round and save yourself for beer pong and then beer ball at the end before the championship rounds. The people that make it very far in Flip Cup, they're awarded points. However, they're more drunk, equalizing the playing field as the day goes. So if you do really good in the beginning, now there's a level of strategy. Do you want to do that well in Flip Cup? Do you feel really good about your beer pong abilities and your beer ball abilities? If you do, then you just kind of, hey, let's maybe throw this one. We'll stay more sober and be ready to go in these situations when these people are more drunk. So I think there's a good equalizer situation when it comes to that amount of consumption that early.
But I'm thinking if we consume 16 and a half beers in 1 hour, we could figure out a way to where that number is maybe sitting from 10 to 12. Like we're still getting drunk. And no spoilers, but did that stop the boys?
No. It
Did
didn't.
that equalize out?
But we were great. We were in flow state the entire day. There was a different aura.
But that's the thing though. I can't, like we get into maybe the back half of episode 2, episode 3. Like I'm going to have to watch that like I'm watching a movie for the first time. And I would just, in the future, I would like to like be able to recall these moments.
Yeah, but that's the point. The point is middle-aged men drinking a lot of beer and doing dumb shit.
It's probably easy to say when you're 6'7", 260 pounds, bro.
Yeah.
Because
Maybe
it doesn't seem like you were blacked out. You weren't that.
you chose to put yourself in that position. They asked
What
me.
do you mean? How was being blacked out?
That's you on PMT.
Oh, okay,
when
yeah.
when the thing was over, Big Cat goes, "Hey, Will's coming on. Do you want to come on?" And it was like a courtesy. Hey, do you want to come on? But I was like, I'm good, because I knew in my head, if I go on PMT, there's no way that ends well for me. Because even as drunk as I was, still being able to recall the whole night, I saw the clip that JP sent. My voice doesn't sound sober. I know I probably did some of this type shit during the day that I'm not going to be proud of. But that's drunk Taylor, that's drunk Will. That's not who we are.
No, I know
So when
that. But I'm saying
scaries-
to have more fun that I remember.
You had fun.
No, I know, but I want to remember it. Like I want to be drunk, but I don't want to be blacked out to where I'm like, what happened? I didn't know. No spoilers.
We were
no
supposed to have a
spoilers.
sleepover too, and you didn't sleep over.
Yeah. Like I would love to be the cat at the end of the night, ready to play some video games, order some late night food, not passed out.
We got to have one of those guys, buddy. That was just you this time.
But we could, because
Take some charcoal pills. Take a
what are
couple
your
of
guys'
things.
thoughts? Do you think it should be a pitcher of beer for absolutely every game that we play?
Mitch, stop shaking your head like that, dude.
No, so I attended a beer Olympics over 4th of July, and they've been doing it for like 7 years, and they had a really good format for it, but there was 4 drinking events and 2 non-drinking events, and I think that could be a way where you can at least space it out. But the best thing they do is their finale, and it's called the slow bike race, and it's a course that they track out on this driveway, and it's whoever can ride their bike the slowest time through the course. And like if you take a step off, you get deducted. You actually add time, and it's the last event. So by the end of the day, the people who compete for your team are just obliterated. But it's so funny watching people try and ride a bike as slow as possible and like crashing. And they also just space it out where you drink a lot, but you have time in between where you sober up maybe a little bit. So maybe next year we add in a couple of non-drinking events to where it spaces out, and then make sure that the last event is not a drinking event, because it was so painful watching that finale.
I cannot imagine.
You're going to have fun watching the end. I know that, but
The championship round shouldn't be wrapping up around like what, probably 7 o'clock?
It was
I think it
8
was,
o'clock.
It finished at 9. So
It finished at 9, which
9,
means we
10
drank for
hours of
10
drinking.
hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
16 and a half in the first hour.
I don't think, regardless if you're drinking pitchers or not, if you're drinking from 9 to 9, it's unavoidable. You're gonna be plastered. You're gonna be done. No matter how much beer you're drinking, if you're drinking for 12 hours, you're gonna be drunk.
I have a sneaky suspicion there was PEDs going on during that event as well.
I'm sure there were.
What do you mean by that?
I mean,
People
you
taking
guys
charcoal
were
and throwing up and doing
biohacking,
different
so
No. PEDs, performance enhancing drugs.
Yeah, I know, but are you
Cocaine.
saying? Oh. You think people hit some cocaine?
It just seemed like when I was kind of in a dazed state halfway through the day, it felt like there were some people standing a little more straight than me. And I was like, what are you on?
I was wondering how you had so much energy at 11 at night.
It was a wild deal. it seemed like people were taking advantage of the open space out there.
Yeah. I mean, Waka Flocka, just an
Insane.
all-time.
Like for the boys.
Yeah.
Was about it from the get-go. All he wanted was burgers and glizzies there.
Yeah, all he wanted
That's
was
all he.
burgers
That's
and
all he
glizzies.
cared for, man. It was a fun time. I really hope you guys enjoy it. It was a blast to do. Through all the hardships and everything, it was so much fun.
Dude, you look good.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Why do you look so good?
It's because I'm wearing the best apparel brand out there you can possibly wear. That's why I look so good. It's called True Classic. You heard of it?
No, tell
Dog.
me more.
I'd love to. It's my birthday. I'm not doing ad reads, but this right here, this shirt, if you want to take a look at this thing, and I'll let Will read it in a little bit. I don't look this good in real life. That's
You do.
not how this goes. You see the little shoulder, a little bit of the tension on the arm, grabs the chest, but then you notice how it's a little.
Do one
We
of
got
these.
that-
Do one of these.
We got that Adam Sandler from Click. You got that Adam Sandler for Click little deal here. That's because this shirt wasn't just made just to make. It was made with the thought of we want the person wearing this shirt to look as good as possible. That's why I wear True Classic tees and the jeans too.
It seems like they have just the right amount of room in the midsection with a snug feeling in the arms and chest to bring out your best qualities. True Classic is designed to work with your lifestyle so you can look and feel your best each and every day. And right now you can unlock big savings.
Big
when
savings.
You bundle these items site-wide. Just go to my exclusive link at trueclassic.com/bus to save. That's trueclassic.com/bus and discover the perfect blend of summer vibes and timeless elegance with True Classic. Shop now. Elevate your wardrobe today.
And I want to give a shout out to True Classic on this. Of all the sponsors we've had, as far as like giving us stuff to try, they have been the best sponsor we've ever had.
1,000%.
My closet is filled with this. And if I didn't like the stuff, I truly wouldn't wear it. I wear this. I'm like a cartoon character. Black jeans, black t-shirt. It feels like every single day. I love it so much.
That is your vibe.
It's
that
my
has
vibe.
been your vibe ever since they've came on board and sent us that massive box. That has been your vibe the entire time.
And it's funny because I remember before we were a True Classic podcast, you would come in with the collared shirts and some of the shorts sometimes like, bro, what is that? You'd be like, oh, it's True Classic. And then once you told me there's a possibility that they come on, I stopped buying clothes. I had clothes that were still that 42 waist from 310 Taylor.
Yeah, you would text and be like, hey, when are we getting jeans?
Right. Because I would think to myself, why would I go spend money
Yeah.
if there's going to be a sponsor? Not even going to the website and realizing how affordable they are.
Yeah.
Literally, you could get, it's crazy. All my boys that I've seen back home, all over the place, like, yo, what are you wearing? I put them on and they'll order. It's like 3-pack for like 3-4 t-shirts for like $45.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yes.
It's nice. It's affordable. It's great.
Are you watching House of the Dragon?
No, Talon is there. I gotta get
Talon's
on that.
watching?
Talon's watching.
We gotta connect. Hey, Sherm, you're watching.
I was told the dragon scenes of them fighting is like the most
Oh,
insane
so-
shit you've ever seen in your life.
So great. Sea Smoke is out.
It's been incredible. There's way more dragons than I could have ever imagined. And I feel like such a nerd saying that, but it really is glorious.
Hey, and if you're somebody who enjoys binging shows, you do not need to watch Game of Thrones to watch House of Dragon. Is this based, what, several hundred years before Game of Thrones?
Yeah, almost 100 exactly. I would almost say
Almost 100 years before Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Okay, so not several hundred.
Yes, and if you haven't watched Game of Thrones, I wish that I had never seen Game of Thrones before and started with House of Dragon.
God.
Because it's so good by itself. I think Game of Thrones is better, but it introduces so many ideas with like the Targaryen family, and
Yeah.
you have a bunch of lore and backstory that isn't in Game of Thrones. I don't know. It's doing the books justice, is what I've heard. I've never read the books.
I'll have to take a deep dive because I forget who the Mad King actually is, like in the timeline, but I hope we get to the Mad King era. I don't know if it's going to be in House of Dragon or in a different sideshow, but the Mad King, the Targaryen. Before
Yeah,
Game
and
of Thrones, that Game of Thrones recalls to a lot during Game of Thrones.
Yes, so he is like 3 kings away from where we are right now. So there were
3 Kings forward?
yes, like the
Yeah.
Mad King
Got
is
you.
the great grandson.
Okay. That's good to know. And you know, I was telling you this before we jumped on here. The little hooded chick, what's her name in Thrones?
Her last name's Rivers, because she's a bastard, but I don't remember her first name.
You don't remember her character's name in Game of Thrones?
Oh, Melisandre.
Yeah, Melisandre.
Yes.
That's who that little hooded girl is, I'm telling
So
you.
Will thinks that the Witch of Harrenhal is Melisandre in Game of Thrones, which is a huge leap.
No,
I think that's 100 years.
when you say the witch in Hall, are you saying the chick with the black hair?
Yeah.
No, not her.
Who are you
She's
talking
wearing
about?
the red hood. She's like this. She's had a couple cameos, but she's not like a prominent character right now. She's just made a couple scenes, and she's wearing her little red hood and the gown and everything else. I'll have to show you afterwards.
Okay,
but
yeah,
I'm telling
show
you, I
me.
bet you that's Melisandre. Because Melisandre in Game of Thrones, she's like hundreds of years old, and the necklace keeps her young.
Yes.
And I'm just saying that I think that is her.
Okay, I'm way
In
more
House
bought
of
in.
Dragon.
I'm way more bought in. I
Okay,
thought you
yeah.
were saying
no,
the
I'm
Witch
not
of
saying that.
Harrenhal.
No.
I
I'm
was
not
like,
saying that.
oh
for her.
yeah, Will, that's a good idea.
No,
That could be it.
no. There's this young chick who's got the red hood on and everything else, like the little Jedi hood, and I bet you that is Melisandre.
Okay.
You're telling me I don't have to watch Game of Thrones before House of Dragons?
No.
Because this time is way before Game of Thrones.
I might have to buy in. It's just the shows for me, man. I found myself, because we had this conversation before about movies or shows, and you're more of a show guy, more of a movie guy. Shows, when they snipe me up, I have such a hard time getting out of that chokehold.
Yeah, that's the best part.
I'm up so late. I think about it so much. And then all of a sudden, I just don't get sleep.
Those characteristics right there is why you have to watch House of the Dragon. Because you talk about rabbit holes you can go down.
I know, and I have enjoyed
You
our
definitely
conversations
can in
about
the
suits
Thrones
we've been
universe.
having,
Yeah.
and just how I'm still not done with that. It's been like 2 months.
Yeah, and if Taylor's watching, you just catch up and watch it with her.
I know, I need to, because it's 2 seasons, right? It's on the 2nd season right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So
is
you
there
only-
like
you
a
only got
timeline
about
on this? Are
14
they
to
saying?
16 episodes of Consumer?
But aren't they an hour?
Yeah, but
That's 16 hours of watch time, boys. And with my brain, the way my brain works, I'll do that.
you're saying you'll do that within a week.
Yeah, unfortunately, if it grabs hold of me, because I did put House of Dragons episode 1 on one time, and it came and it said the same thing, like this is hundreds of years before, blah blah blah, blah. And then the same thing that kind of took me out of Game of Thrones, took me out of this, is like I just felt overwhelmed by how many storylines I felt like I was about to get into, that I had to like put it away. Like I need undivided attention if I'm going to buy into something like that. But the issue is, once I give it undivided attention, then the intrigue takes me.
Yeah,
And it takes
House
me
of
into a fucking
Dragon.
corner.
The
and
web
beats my ass.
is not as wide
Yeah.
for all the different little storylines. It can be created that way, and you can start to piece stuff together just for people who are diehard Thrones fans.
Mhm.
But it's not like as confusing as like Game of Thrones. Like Game of Thrones, you need to put in give it a good 2 seasons,
Okay.
and then you'll start to get on board.
the
House of
reason-
Dragon starts to get you fast.
It does. And the reason I think Taylor would like it, for the same reason you like Shoresy, is I feel like you like shows that have really good character development. You can kind of fall in love with the characters. House of the Dragon is fantasy. There's dragons, there's magic, there's knights. But the characters are so much fun to like fall in love with, to follow, to root for. I feel like you'll love that.
That is
aspect.
fun. And I do have like a guilty pleasure when it comes to like medieval times. Like Skyrim, when that game came out,
Yeah.
that thing
Oh yeah.
had me for a while. I was out there blacksmithing for hours just to get dragon armor.
Oh yeah.
It was hours, bro. Literally just sitting there, boom, boom, hammering away, thinking this is really what's going to take me to the next level of my life. Right here, this. That's the type of shit that I have a weird obsession with. So I have no idea why I have not fully bought into it.
You'll love it.
Need to. Speaking of love, so about a little batch party? A little batch party? JP. JP, for those of you who don't know, who you should know, JP is getting married less than a month from now. And you just had your bachelor party. How'd that go? What'd you do? Why weren't we invited? Why
Because
weren't we invited?
Why isn't Taylor doing the wedding?
Why aren't I doing the wedding?
is that what you're getting at?
I wasn't,
Why
but thank
weren't
you,
we-
Will, for just
Yeah.
walking me into that, because my little brain didn't figure that out for a second. We do have beef, but let's not talk about this. About your bachelor party first.
Bachelor party, we went to Folly Beach, South Carolina, which is right near Charleston. It was me and 8 others. 8 others and I. 8 others and me, actually.
Yeah.
And yeah, we got in Friday, went to the beach all day Saturday, went to some of the beach bars, and got in some classic late night FIFA, NCAA gaming. Tempers were rising because one of our friends did bring, shout out Evan, he brought his PS5.
Oh, nice.
So we were gaming, had a nice little stat line with Nick Harbor. My first game ever. 1 half, 7 catches, 359 yards, and 5
Holy
touchdowns. The dude I was playing against was horrible. But it was perfect. It was my ideal bachelor weekend because I'm all about the beach. So we got out to the beach early on Saturday, played a ton of spike ball, went into the water, did some body surfing, played some soccer, tennis, and lost my voice. Then we went to my brother's house with all the animals,
Dr.
Steve Irwin
Doolittle.
Jr.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man,
And yeah, man, it was awesome.
we got to make that trip to your brother's house.
It would be awesome. Y'all would love it.
Yeah.
He's entertaining too. Like he's a good host.
Spikeball needs to make a comeback in a big way too. 'Cause it's such a fun game.
Maybe the best beach game.
In
I don't
my
know all
mind
the
right
beach
now,
games, but I do love spike ball.
yeah, in my mind, I don't know if I can argue with that without putting too much thought into it. That is a great.
There's classics
beach
out there.
game.
There's bocce ball.
I think bocce ball's overrated.
I'm with you.
I don't fully understand it.
I understand it, but
Bocce ball is where you throw the little ball, right? And then you try to get the ball closest.
It's
possible.
rolling horseshoes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that game. That's a great game.
Better than Spike?
I mean, not better than Spike, but I feel like it's a fun, social, casual game.
Mm.
That's good drinking.
yeah.
Kind of like you're golfing a little bit, like you're not putting too much effort into it, competing.
Yeah, golf's the one that's really going to bring me into liking it. I don't think you can beat Spike, man. I don't think you beat
Yeah,
Spike.
no, I think spike ball's awesome. But I think bocce is a very quality game for the
Something
beach.
slept on is
Even-
going about knee deep into the ocean, bringing a volleyball. If you have a group of friends, making your little circle, keeping it up.
Keeping the
Somebody,
ball up.
yeah, and then ultimately somebody always ends up diving, and either they make a sick play or they suck, and you get to chew them out.
Yeah. The diving around, dude. Anytime there's like a body of water and you're a boy, you can just kind of jump in the water and dive around. Get in the pool, dude, and just like you're doing backflips underwater. Just thinking you're
Body
the sickest, like you're
surfing
a
is
ninja or
so
something.
elite.
Body surfing is a nice little deal. You body surf?
I don't think so.
You know, eat your
I've
ass
surfed.
off
You
body
guys know I
surfing.
surf for real.
I don't know, man.
Y'all saw me.
I surf for real.
Y'all saw me in Hawaii.
I didn't. You for real surfed?
Yeah, I fucking surfed.
You like that, huh?
Yeah.
Boys hanging 10.
I'll show you after the podcast.
Yeah?
Willie Slater.
Willie Slater.
He has no idea what that is.
No, he doesn't.
No clue.
Oh,
I'm just kind of looking around like, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Kelly Slater,
Dude,
like the greatest American surfer of all time.
of all time.
Okay. Johnny Tsunami. Willie Tsunami.
Johnny Tsunami. That's a
Come
great.
on now.
Bring back Disney Channel original movies, man. We need that in a hurry. Yeah, Little Slater. That's him. He
Yeah.
lives in Hawaii, right?
I think so.
I think he lives in Hawaii and he has like this little compound. He's like wakes up every day, surfs, does his little cold tub routine, works out in the pool, chills.
He just lives a dream.
He just lives his dream for sure.
He should have been on the top 100 athletes, actually.
Did that finish?
Yeah.
We
Michael
weren't on
Phelps, number one. No Taylor Lewan or Will Compton.
Come on, man.
Obviously, that's mainstream
Michael
media.
Phelps, number one?
Yeah.
I mean, Michael Phelps.
Wait, well, yeah, why you say it like
Yeah,
that?
I mean, he is.
Number one, bro?
Bro, he's like the number one. He's won the most gold medals at anybody, right?
yeah.
Ever?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but swimming.
And he did that high.
Yeah, but
Yes.
swimming, bro.
Swimming's a hell of a sport.
We should get Will in the pool.
I mean, I
Oh, you
wanna-
don't think I can swim? I can swim, dude?
Bro, you think you can just swim like that?
I bet you got 3, maybe 4 laps before you gas out.
Oh, actually.
That thing you instinctively do when you fall in the water?
I was talking to Sherm about it. We should somehow do like you know how in track they'll have like the world record pace, or swimming they have world record pace. We should do a vlog where we compete against the world record pace and see like the 200-meter dash and put Usain Bolt's world record and compared to ours, or swimming
Yeah.
like 50 free.
I'm down for that.
That'd be fun.
It's just-
or we
it's
just
just
get Michael
wrecking
Phelps
us.
to race us.
That would be awesome.
Michigan, man.
The smoking did happen at South Carolina at the university.
Yeah. I mean, that dude's he's
Shout out
fought high
South
in them
Carolina.
cans.
Shout out South Carolina one more time.
South Carolina really does have everything.
Who
going
was the
on,
top
doesn't it?
5 on the list?
Michael Phelps, Tom Brady, LeBron James,
That's what I'm
Serena
saying.
Williams.
That's what I'm saying, man. You're telling me Michael Phelps over all them?
Maybe.
No,
Yeah.
bro.
Worldwide.
No.
You
I
and I,
think if
you and
you-
I live in this small little tiny bubble of football and a little dash of everything else.
Oh, but this swimmer who's worldwide, you're gonna be like, oh, they're the greatest.
How many
athlete.
Olympic games did he go to? 3?
Yeah, I'm sure he's the most
4?
He
decorated.
went to
I'm sure
4.
he's the most decorated.
Right.
I'm not saying that.
So if you're talking about strictly athletes and I bring up Tom Brady, your argument is he's the most decorated. But athletically, Michael Phelps is a better athlete than Tom Brady.
no.
Yes.
Yes, bro. Yes,
No.
yes, he is. And I'm sure Tom would sit on here and probably say yes too.
Because he's won 7 titles. Like, he doesn't need a He doesn't need to argue for himself about anything.
Why
He's
would
being a
Michael
gentleman.
Phelps need to argue for himself?
Yeah.
The most gold medals.
You're talking about decoration. Michael Phelps is more decorated than Tom Brady. And Tom Brady is known as a bad athlete. That's why it's like such an anomaly that he's like that great.
The list is the most decorated athlete
No.
of all time?
Best athlete of all time.
You're telling me Michael Phelps is a better athlete than LeBron James?
So now you're going to switch to LeBron James.
Well, he's the next one.
Well, that's crazy because where was Michael Jordan on it? Because now would that put the end of the debate?
Yeah, of the 21st century.
Serena Williams.
Serena,
Michael Phelps a better
Did an
athlete than
interview-
Serena Williams?
Serena did an interview. She's like, if you took like the top 100 tennis
You're
players,
misogynistic.
male tennis players, she would get the shit kicked out of her.
Do what? Say that again.
Serena Williams was doing an interview, and I literally just saw this in a condensed clip, but she was talking to somebody saying, if you took like the 115th ranked tennis player, male tennis player, they would beat me over and over again. I probably wouldn't even score a point.
6-0, 6-0, quick.
Yeah, 6-0, 6-0
She
quick.
said
I don't know
that.
the scoring in tennis because I don't want to butcher it, but
So who's it? Djokovic?
Djokovic, Nadal, Federer,
Wow.
they would stomp her.
they would stomp her.
Yeah.
Her words,
So-
not mine.
So they should be up
So
toward the top
no,
of the
then
list.
so I'm just saying the argument. You're still have Phelps in the front. LeBron James is an insane athlete, and the longevity, like I could see the argument there as far as strictly athletic ability.
So you think Michael Phelps is a better athlete than LeBron James?
No, I literally just said I could see the argument for LeBron James because of how
What is
athletic
your
he is.
opinion? I'm asking you
Bro,
your
I don't know
opinion.
shit about either of these sports. For me to say any, I'll just say whatever right now. Michael Phelps.
He might have been the most committed athlete of all time.
Michael Phelps?
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of hard to say about everybody at the top of their sport.
No, I mean he like legit on record trained 6 years in a row, didn't miss a day. Like 7 days a week.
10,000 calories.
Sounds a lot like my career.
Sounds like your NCAA football video game career.
Within a week's time.
Yeah. I put my 10,000 hours in. Somebody who didn't put their time in.
LeBron's. Who else was on there? The top five, like
I'm going off the dome right now.
yeah, that was impressive too, JP. You need to get a lot of credit for that.
Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic are out, like in the top 15. Messi and Ronaldo.
Which you could argue that they're as far as athletic ability.
Yeah, I'm just saying the most decorated swimmer is not the best athlete of the 21st century. That's all I'm saying.
I think
I think he's a
problem
great
is
athlete.
You're disrespecting swimming quite a bit right now.
Compared to the other sports, 1,000%.
Simone Biles, that's a good one too.
Yeah, great one.
Tiger Woods, like, do you put Tiger in there at all?
You got to.
Athletic ability.
In this
You
list,
just
he's
said
on this
you
list.
think-
No, I'm strictly talking about athletic ability now. They're obviously putting in achievements in this as well.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
For
Tom's
sure.
not making top five.
Michael's not making top. Michael's
Prob-
not making the
I've
top.
never seen Michael run or jump or anything, so you're probably right. But I'm saying it looks like they have different variables than just athlete. Like they're saying, like it's their skill at their position, how much they like essentially ran that for however long they did.
Ronaldo's.
Oh, I wasn't taking that into account at all.
Cristiano Ronaldo's 13.
That's crazy.
I know.
Nah, Messi's better.
Top 5 bodies. That dude is fucking chiseled.
Top 5 body for sure.
For sure. Like Shaq?
I love Shaq, dude.
Yeah, but athletic ability.
Patrick Mahomes.
How
Freak.
fast is Shaq?
Shaq?
Bro, you need to
I-
watch
I-
Young Shaq.
I might need to. Once again, Sidney Crosby. Have you ever seen a hockey player run? It's
Fast.
what?
They're fast.
No.
Oh, yeah.
They look like they're skating when they run.
They look like they're skating for sure, but the general hockey player is fast.
There's different breeds of human, man. They're
Yeah.
different.
Lewis Hamilton was like 18 and he's your driver. Do you think that counts?
I don't know who Lewis Hamilton is. Who's Lewis Hamilton?
He's like the
NASCAR
most
driver, I
decorated
guess.
F1 driver of all time.
Where's Dale?
That's NASCAR, brother.
Is JJ Redick on this list?
Another beer Olympics or beer games. If Simone Biles wins as much as she did in the last Olympics, does she go higher on this list now? She's like 6 or 7 on this list.
She would go higher, yeah. She wouldn't be number 1 though.
Peyton Manning. Should he be on the athlete list? Should he be on the athlete list?
Definitely not.
It goes on Tom, right? Talking about a statue, white quarterback. with a brilliant mind and a good enough arm.
Peyton Manning right above Randy Moss.
Randy Moss, yeah. Yeah, Randy Moss behind Peyton Manning when we're talking about athletes. That's crazy.
I'm with you, bro.
There's a lot of white guys on this thing. I don't know about this. There we go.
What? Great athletes on that list.
No, dude.
Dude, I know we're looking at this list right now, but I am so excited for everybody watching and listening. I am so excited for you guys to watch the Mentalist O's
Yeah,
on
for
this
real.
episode.
It was the most nuts podcast we've ever had.
It was the most fun I've ever had on a podcast.
The things he did to us were fucking mind blowing.
I said it on the episode. That was the craziest thing I've ever witnessed.
Yeah, I don't want to give it away. And if you're listening to this right now, I really suggest you go and watch this.
You
well.
have to watch this.
It is
episode.
insane, bro. Insane.
And I'd love to see all you conspiracy theorists try to break down the shit he did. Because I don't think there's a way.
The thing he did with us towards the end, mine, which we've talked about this.
Bro, he never saw my phone. He never saw my search.
Yours was wild. All of ours was wild.
Yeah, all of them were fucking wild.
Yours was wild because he got the mistake right.
Yes.
That is insane.
That's what almost makes me feel like there was something, I don't know. That, like, if he hadn't got the mistake right, not hater, but I feel like, I don't know, their technology has come a long way. And my conspiracy is that he has some program on his phone that he gets close enough, he can identify what you're searching or something along those lines. Because the mistake getting right, that kind of threw me off. I don't know.
There was a conversation about why doesn't he work for the government?
It has to be something technology based, right? Because he never saw our phones, Jack.
I know.
And he got. Explain the Taylor's one.
I know. I'm not saying all of it. I was mind blown the whole time.
I wrote that down on a piece of paper. My phone was not even
Steven's ATM card.
Trust
his ATM
me.
password.
I'm not saying all of them.
the dollar bill with the cards.
I'm with you guys.
That was
Calculator.
the most nuts thing ever.
But why would he get the mistake right? That's
he's
just,
that good.
I'm
dude.
just promoting just a thought. I'm a Oz the Mentalist.
Way to
Oz the
sound, Jack.
Mentalist. I love it, but someone's got to talk about it.
Yours was nuts too.
It was crazy. He guessed the contacts in my phone that I picked beforehand. I mean,
this is
cut
so
that.
much fun.
It was just wild, man. It was such a crazy, crazy deal.
Oh, we didn't do any tier talk or twisted questions though.
Yeah, we should do this.
Let's hit a twisted question. Mitch, you got a twisted question?
Yes, I do.
This twisted question is brought to us by Twisted Tea. The best drink for game day, 5% alcohol, cold, refreshing, zero carbonation, so it's easy to go down. It goes down smoothly. It's the perfect beverage for game day, tailgating in the parking lot, watching at a bar, watching with friends at home. Keep it twisted with the boys. Turn up your game day and grab a refreshing Twisted Tea today. What do we have, brother?
Would you rather have to start a new job every year until you retire or only have one job for your entire career?
New job every year till I retire.
Because it depends on the job.
Yeah. That one wasn't too exciting to me.
I think you just, at this point, you just want to answer it as quick as possible and make me feel as bad as possible as soon as you can.
No, there's been some good ones.
Same job.
What about literally 3 weeks ago when we had Kittle on and there was the gorilla?
Give me
and
the
snake
same job.
thing? Yeah, I don't doubt that with you, man.
Podcasting. Coach.
Every day.
Do it till I die, bro.
Till the wheels fall off. Go till you can't go no more.
Bury me on the field, man.
New job every year. I think I would go insane. If it was the same thing every single year, nothing to really look forward to because you know what everything's coming.
Championships.
Chasing championships.
Yeah, chasing championships.
There's zero drive to want to coach for me. I'd be a terrible coach. I really think so. Maybe good O-line coach. I'd be a good O-line coach. Help the boys out. Mold young men. That's it.
What variety of jobs are you looking at?
Don't know. That's why every single year is going to be exciting. What am I doing next year?
Yeah.
I like that.
But you might have to move every single year.
Ooh, that's true.
I didn't know that was in the fine print, man.
I mean, there's a lot of
I mean,
stuff.
that's a
You
lot,
could you
yeah.
could pick this question apart.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's like, are you getting a pay bump every year?
Yeah, every year's a new place, new location, new stuff. It
Like,
sucks
is
for my
it
kids.
random?
Sucks for my kids. But guess what? Kids that are born into military families, they do that too. And
Like, all
if
of
it's
a
good
sudden,
enough for keeping our freedom, it's good enough for me.
All of a sudden, are you wearing a helmet and you're doing construction, trying to build a building?
Hell yeah, dude. Learning new skills every single day. You with the boys, I bet you a construction site, you're going to find the best group of boys there. Hanging out, cat calling the ladies.
Debatable.
It's like camp eyes every day.
Construction's awesome.
Yeah,
I
construction's
did it for
awesome.
Half a year, and the boys, it was incredible.
Yeah,
The vibes were high.
hang out.
I did landscaping for 1 day. 1 day only.
My brother's a
Told my
foreman.
mom to get me out of
he
here.
hates
And this man wants to talk about adversity. You want to
I
talk
know
about
what I
molding young men? How do you walk into a coach's office or meeting room with kids? Be like, you got to work your ass off every single day. I tried with landscaping, but only did for 1 day.
Yeah, look, it's the same thing. It's like, I know I want to chase, like playing football is a hard sport, but I know I don't want to be pouring concrete.
Man,
It's like, could I physically do
imagine
both?
being
Sure.
the best at pouring concrete, though. You know, building a beautiful home that families are going to grow and be nurtured and loved in.
Yeah.
Solid foundation. Put insulation in the walls so when the storm comes, they feel safe.
That's the type of guy I'd want to hire.
I'd be
I don't
that
wanna
type of
pay.
guy. I
I
would
just
be
know
that
it's
guy
not my
for 1
lane.
year.
That's exactly what my brother does. But to go back to what the construction thing, he's like a foreman on some construction site,
That means boss.
and the people he works with are not the boys. They're
Mitch is kind of.
All right. Tell us about the
they're not-
border.
They're not they're like the people that like went to jail and like this is the only job they can get.
That are reformed that did their time. That are just trying to make ends meet for their people.
And they're bad workers.
Sounds like
So he's running a bad crew.
No, he just got a bad squad.
so fire
he's
the
around a
squad,
bad
get a new
crew.
squad, dude.
My
Yeah, we
brother-
got to keep him safe.
Yeah. I probably shouldn't have said that.
And we're not cutting it.
You can cut it out. You can chop it out.
I think. What are you boys doing?
I'm with you. I'm doing a job every year.
If it was something that I really loved, if I got to choose what that same job was for the rest of my life and I loved it, I think I would stick with that.
Yeah. That's the wave I'm on.
I'm with Taylor. I'm taking a new job every year because you would be one of the most accomplished, knowledgeable people, and retirement is still on the table.
Yeah.
So you hit a retirement at 55. You have all of these skills.
He said
You got a
different
lot of
job.
identity
he said
capital.
A different job every year for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
Not
but
like you get to retire at 55.
I'm just saying.
Because
Yeah,
if
but
you
also,
if you
JP
take the approach about retirement, you could become a master in one craft and retire in your 40s.
To our point though, JP, having kids and the kids, they will learn the skill sets and be like, yo, my dad can really do everything.
It's
If
called
I have a problem. I'm gonna call my dad. My kids cannot call me for anything.
Right.
I have no skills.
It's called identity capital, and you would have a lot of it if you worked a new job every single year.
You wouldn't have shit, dude.
Yeah,
Be a
bro.
master of something. I'd be climbing. I'd be trying to be the best at something.
I'd rather be a
Fry
jack of all
cook.
trades, man.
Same.
Jared?
I mean, if you like the job, same job forever. Because there's not more than 5 jobs I would enjoy. So after like 5 of the new job every year, I'm going to start hating everything. So if I get one that I like, I'll do that one forever.
That's a
Yeah.
really-
I
that's a
mean,
really
unless you have like
short-sighted thought
50, 60
process.
jobs that you would like to try, which you might, but I don't. I hate most things besides like this. Just
I hate
do
a lot
this.
of shit too. I'm with you, bro. I know what I like. I know what I don't like.
Look in a
do this
mirror.
forever.
Hey, that's looking in a mirror, Jared. You're gonna be grumpy by the time you're 34 years old.
I'm a happy boy.
You, at times,
I'm a happy boy.
Jack.
New job every year. My ADD, that sounds incredible.
Yeah.
Just if you hate it, shake it out for 364 more days. If you hate do you get to pick the job you're doing forever?
We don't know. It seems like we're just
Yeah.
kind of saying whatever.
I
we
hate the
wanna say.
hypotheticals. You're like, we get way too invested in these.
I
but-
do love the hypotheticals, though, man. They're so
yeah.
much fun.
Because it's like if you're doing what you love, like why are you trying to change it? And then in the next year you could be in something that you hate.
Yeah, but what if like 8 years down the line and like you have like a weird falling out with your superior or the people you work with and you're stuck there forever with
stuck
them.
there.
And then all of a sudden what you like in your 20s a lot of times is not what you like in your 40s.
You're single. You meet a girl. You fall in love.
Yeah.
You guys break up. She still works there. Your heart's broken. How do you survive that?
Yeah, you get blacked out at the company Christmas party, and then you got to go back, and you're just the guy who like pissed on
Touching
the furniture.
Janice's
and
ass,
shit.
dude, the whole time. She feels some type of way about you.
Right?
There's a lawsuit going on right now. You don't understand. You can't get out of the whole thing. It's a bit of a deal. Can't get fired.
And that sounds scarier than almost the idea of getting fired is not being able to get fired, but
Right.
being stuck.
Weekend jail time. Fuck. You just lost all your days. That the way you wanted? I didn't think so.
I kind of there's a.
You want to change it?
No, there's another question that kind of goes along with this. Would you rather get paid a lot of money for a job that you hate, or get paid like minimum wage for a job that you love?
Say that again.
Get paid like over 6 figures for a job that you hate, or get paid minimum wage for a job that you love.
There's a lot of variables that could go into that.
This is an easy answer for me. Get paid more for a job that you hate. Knowing in my head, if I grind this out for a couple of years, I can stack enough on the side and I can dip.
That's
Being
what I'm
something you
saying
love,
with the-
you're
with the
just you're
variables.
confined to such a small box. If you're making minimum wage, like now you're worried about feeding your family. This economy right now with this kind of inflation going on, no shot, brother. Give me the 7 figures. Give me the job I hate. Let me enjoy my weekends. 3-4 years down the road, guess what I did? I bought real estate, dude. I bought real estate. I'm making passive income. I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you get to do, for sure.
Because
Because you can do the job that you hate. You're making enough money to where you can parlay it into something that you enjoy doing and build your own business.
Yeah, but it's like one of those things where you got to have like, I would have to add more stipulations, because then you're like, oh, I'll only work for 3 years. And then
Right.
retire.
That's what I'm saying.
Say it
Because
was
ultimately,
until you had to retire at
ultimately you want to be
55.
doing something that you enjoy.
Oh yeah, ultimately.
You
Crazy. I enjoy being a doctor.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. I feel like Mitch gets more and more hurt every time we do this episode.
Look,
What do you mean?
I hate being in charge of the twisted questions.
Those weren't terrible, bro.
They weren't bad.
No, but we never even said it. We never even lashed out at you. You
No,
just
I
said, "Go
know.
ahead, answer it quick, and just
You're
make me
essentially-
feel
yeah.
as small as possible."
You made it this big. Your feelings are you.
I didn't make it this big. You guys giving me shit for as long as I've been getting better at them, but for as long as you guys have been giving me shit for them, it's been.
Mitch, you play football? You play football, yeah?
Yeah.
You have a couple bad practices you didn't like?
Yeah, but not.
Yeah, a couple of those you weren't a big fan of. Coach got on your ass a little bit.
Practice.
Did you go to the next practice after those practices you didn't like and keep that last practice with you, or did you try to change the narrative? Or did you keep the same mindset you did after having the bad practice?
I don't need a motivational speaker.
I'm just asking you a question, brother. That's all. We're here to help you. Hey,
All right.
we can pat you on the ass. You can shit in our hand, whatever you want to do. We're here because we love you. We just want you to be better. It's my birthday, dude.
It
Do
is your
whatever the fuck I
birthday,
want on
so
my
I'll
birthday,
read
man.
this DraftKings ad
Yeah.
for you. Not playing best ball at DraftKings, you're missing out. Here's what you need to know. DraftKings Best Ball Millionaire Contest is their biggest fantasy contest ever. We're talking $15 million in guaranteed prize money, with that is right, 2 millionaires being crowned for the first and second place. If you're a set it and forget it type, then the best ball is for you. No waiver wires, no roster management, bigger roster so injuries won't end your season. Only the draft, and that's it. You are set for the season. And if you're still not convinced, this year's DraftKings is offering everyone a draft one, get one special. So your $20 entry fee scores you a bonus ticket. Get in on the best ball action. Download DraftKings app. Use code BUS. That is code BUS for all customers who enter the NFL Best Ball $15 million millionaire contest to get a bonus ticket and get a shot at being crowned one of 2 millionaires only on DraftKings.
I'm so excited for you guys to hear this O's podcast, man. It really is like nothing you've ever experienced.
It is the best. It is the best. And again, high recommendation, watch on YouTube. You want to see this shit go down. I mean, it was a spectacle. This guy is honestly, he's just an incredible hustler.
I can't understand how he did it.
And you can kind of
How is he
feel
not
it,
a billionaire?
he might be. You
might
never
be a
know.
billionaire, yeah.
And if not, I'm sure he can negotiate it up based on reading your body language and everything else. Telling you.
With his skill set, he could literally do any job.
And yeah, well, any job.
I'm just saying, like, if he was
You
in
think he
real,
could pour concrete.
he'd put the shit out of concrete. And he would use his mind to get people to pour the concrete for him. He'd be the best foreman around.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. If he was in real estate, he'd be able to talk to the real estate agent, read her body language, and know that they're willing to go up or down based on the
I'm sure
conversation.
he does that.
Crazy deals. That's a businessman like I've never seen before.
Yeah.
That's a Mike Ross from Suits.
And not to mention, we were talking about it with him afterwards, but the dude is a runner. Like he wins these marathons.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy.
He had like what, two? He's got like two records, right? Fastest times recorded. So it's not something that a lot of people's done, but he has a couple Guinness Book World Records. Yeah.
He ran all of Long Island, right? That's what he said.
Fastest.
From the north part of Long Island to the south, like.
And he ran around Central Park the most amount of times in one day.
And the park opens at like 6 a.m.
But for his age division, he has won the New Jersey Marathon 5 times.
Him and Goggins.
He's a psycho. He's got a psycho mentality. He's got a Goggins mentality.
Yeah.
Because even on the time where it was the fastest recording from one side of Long Island to the other, it was the hottest day of the year.
And he's like, good.
Yeah, he wanted it.
Jocko Willink, good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, the fact that him and Goggins haven't done content together yet is wild. Because they both just ran and he did tricks while they ran together.
You think Goggins would like all those tricks?
No, Goggins would get pissed off.
I think I don't know, man. I think that would even break down even the most tough guy walls. The shit he was doing.
Not Goggins, bro. Goggins would get pissed off.
Can't get in there.
Yeah.
I guess everybody's got a kryptonite, man.
Yeah.
It's insane. Should we get to the episode?
Let's get into it. Let's dive in. Let's just dive in head first.
It's not sponsored.
Oh yeah, but we still gotta hit shout outs. We still gotta hit shout outs. You got a shout out? You got some shout outs?
I forgot a shout out in my head in 3.
Shout out your birthday. Shout out no free shout out to your birthday.
Shout out
being 33 years old, man.
Having a birthday, man, where it kind of feels like everything's about you. But also, shout out, no free shout out, taking your kids to the movies, just you, and them watching the movie all the way through. I had my first experience. Willow turned 4 this weekend. Wynn is now 7. And it's just, we saw Despicable Me 4, which not a great movie. Wasn't good by any means. But they sat there and they watched it the entire time. They enjoyed it. And I sat there because I love watching movies. And it was just nice for me and my kids to sit there and enjoy a medium popcorn together, split between the 3 of us, and just.
Hey, have you checked out Inside Out 2 yet?
No, I want to though.
Bro, you
I
gotta
need
get
to. I
on
know. I
that,
tried to go
man.
see it yesterday at 2:30, but things came up, so I did 4:50. Despicable Me 4. But shout out, no free shout out. My kid's attention span.
Shout out, no free shout out, eating in a parking lot by yourself. Last week after we went to the little Post Malone concert, your boy pulled off in the McDonald's because the draft for the Dog Walk podcast, the boys in Chicago. Dog Walk podcast was out, so the burger draft was up, and so your boy was feeling a little horny for some burgers. So I pulled in. I wanted to get an old school one because I hadn't had McDonald's, a Big Mac in a while, so I got me a Big Mac, also a quarter pounder with cheese. And I sat in the parking lot and ate. And matter of fact, shout out to guys saying nice truck.
Yeah,
because the dude in the drive-thru was like, dude, I love your truck. It's a nice truck. I was like, appreciate it, man. I whipped off into the parking lot and just sat there. Just me, myself, and I, man. Enjoyed me a Big Mac.
that is a great shout out, no free shout out. Oh, I have another shout out, no free shout out. We talked about it last week, but shout out, no free shout out. Night football games when the lights hit the helmet. I think that is one of the coolest looks you can have. Friday night lights. I specifically remember Michigan versus Notre Dame, first night game, seeing the winged helmet with the lights on it. It just adds a new little level of oomph to a football game, man. I think that's a special little look.
Off that too, shout out, no free shout out, Oakley visors.
Go ahead, expand.
There's no
That reaction back there, it's like nothing else needs to be said because everyone knows the aura of the Oakley visor when you're in high school, even some in middle school. You want to get that Oakley visor. You want that O sitting up top, not any other design, nothing that's blank where you can get some cool mirror ones or some cutesy little unique ones somewhere else. You want the Oakley brand sitting on your visor. That's why that reaction happened in the back, because everyone knows when you're a young cat coming up in the ranks in football, the Oakley visor goes harder than everything else.
That is only facts. Also, going off the looks thing of playing football, shout out, no free shout out. When you're in the locker room and you're doing your socks a specific way with the actual scrunch you want, you put the bands on the way you want, and you have a vision of what you look like. And then after a game, you see a photo of you from the game and it looks exactly like you thought. Whenever, because sometimes, you know, you hit the ground, then you have like one like super straight, but then one scrunch, like something's always a little off, but you have the exact look you want. And maybe it's probably the only way it can happen is the first quarter, but having that look you actually want, dude. God, football.
The Mentalist, Oz. Enjoy the episode.
Enjoy it, boys.
Subscribe, leave comments, have a lot of fun. This is an incredible podcast. And also make sure you leave that happy birthday comment for the special boy over here who's 33 years
Thanks,
old.
brother. Thank you. Rich, are we rolling right now?
Yes.
Okay, before
Oz or Oz, can you get that close?
Yeah, of course.
before
Let me
we
do one
like,
thing. Let me make sure I'm D&D'd here.
what does it mean?
Do not disturb.
I just feel like he's up to
It's not blowing
something,
up
man.
during.
I just feel like he's up to something. Let me just paint a picture real quick. So is it, there's a lot of speculation on your name. Is it Oz or Oz?
It's dude, blame my parents. It's O's. It's like somebody owes you money.
That's cool.
So it's not a stage name. It's not like I made this thing up.
Yeah.
It's Israeli. So it's in Israel. If you ask somebody their name, it's Oz. And so that's how my parents kind of like said, that's how we're going to say it here.
Gotcha. Now I
Should have been Oz. Should be Oz. If you say it that way, you're right. I'm wrong. Blame my folks.
Do you hate when people think you're Dr. Oz?
No. I'll get paid like that, Dr. Oz.
yeah, it's
I actually know Dr. Oz really well. So
Do you?
we've talked about how he's like, I'm the OG version. I'm like, I'm the new version.
Yeah.
I've done gigs where I get brought up and people think I'm going to be Dr. Oz because they wrote my name as Dr. Oz. And then I present and I'm like, I'm not Dr. Oz.
There's
but
no
this is still gonna
PhD.
be
You have
pretty
no
cool.
PhD behind your name?
No.
You brought up making as much money as him. You were in Wall Street for a little bit, right?
It's true.
And I'm sure this gift you have probably helped you out quite a bit. Is that cheating? Is that technically?
Are you in the IRS? No, I'm kidding. This guy SEC, are you wearing a
Yeah,
wire?
yeah, I
you
am,
wearing a
brother.
wire,
See, you
Taylor?
wanna see it?
No,
When you have gifts like this, it's like, why'd you leave Wall Street?
It definitely is useful. It's very good for negotiations.
Mm-hmm.
Like negotiating real estate. People are like, he won't go any higher. I'm like, he will.
Really?
How do you... secrets.
I feel like that's too vague so far. It's like such an early vague question.
I know, but...
You
Because
truly
he clearly
are.
reads people.
Yeah. You're one of
What
the
am I
like,
thinking right now?
That I'm full of crap. And that you're scared.
Oh, I was thinking...
And that you're not wearing underwear.
when you walked in. So when we set this whole thing up of you coming on, we were obviously very excited. Will's a big Magic fan. I don't know if Magic is a disrespectful
It's kind of like
term.
Magic. So
Okay.
it's like a version. It's a subset of Magic.
Got you.
It's not like Supernatural. I don't pretend to be psychic or have like, superhero powers.
Yeah.
This is a learnable skill, but the same way that I'm never playing linebacker, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not built for it. Certain people aren't built to be good at this. They can learn a trick or two, but they're never going to advance beyond a certain ceiling. I have a knack for this that I've kind of been working on for like 25 years.
When did you discover that this was a possibility? Like for me,
Yep.
I never even knew you could become a mentalist. I didn't know. I
Yeah.
thought that was like
So
some
weird.
Houdini stuff. Like you go and you see these shows and people are incredible. It's like, oh, they must have just been born with that.
Right.
When were you like, I have this ability to learn the skill?
So I started with magic. So when you think of magic tricks, you think sleight of hand, right?
Mhm.
Like card tricks. How do you do those moves? And there's a trick. When some dude cuts a woman in half in a box, that's not really her getting cut in half, right? It's like an illusion. So the same thing applies. I started doing this when I was a teenager, learning how to kind of manipulate people's minds. And with magic, you're doing sleight of hand. I'm tricking your eyes, right? My hands move in such a way that I'm deceiving your eyes. What mentalism is I start to just skip the props. I am able to just think of how you think and not need the cards or the props.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense. But how do you, sorry.
How did I learn
I'm
it?
kind of, no, it's not. If you're using cards, you're now in control of the entire situation. But if you're
Yep.
meeting me for the first time, which we have met for the first time,
Just now. Like
how do you know
minutes
the way
ago.
I think?
Well, I could have looked you up. I could, once I meet you. Also, it's a chicken or egg question, which is you think, how do I think? But I think, how do I guide you to go where I want you to go?
True manipulation.
If you could quantify into a few skills of what it would take to be in a position that you're in, like what would those skills be? Like when you're a teenager, when you're going through Wall Street, you mentioned negotiation. That's a skill. Like body
Right.
language. Like what skills would you quantify in your line of work?
One of my great skills was not being able to pick up any girls. So at age 14, this became a very
Hell
handy
yeah.
skill. I was like, what can I use to accentuate my 4-foot shrimp frame? And I'm like, I'm not a good singer, but girls love magic tricks. So that was one good thing. I also like just getting attention and learning how there's that, I mean, you had a comedian here yesterday. We were talking about Sam Rill. Amazing. I don't want to timestamp this, but like great comedians, man, that feeling with the audience where you get instant responses, right? Like a movie star, you make a movie, 2 years later, you see the movie in a theater. With what I do, I'm getting that feedback from the audience every second. Like I came right from a corporate event. I would not have normally dressed in suit and tie. And in the corporate event, I never know what's going to happen. I'm getting a feel from the audience. It's very exciting because you don't know what's going to happen every time. It's not, I don't just phone it in. I try kind of do things that I'm not sure if they'll work.
He seems like he'd be very good at the game Werewolf.
Yeah.
Familiar?
No.
Have you played a game called Mafia?
Oh, a mafia.
It's like a group saying like a game night situation where people are dished out cards,
Right.
and the idea is to identify who the bad guys are with a group of good guys and try to kill off those people.
People are trying to lie and do all this stuff. It's a big manipulation.
Yeah,
game.
it wouldn't be fun with that. It would be awful for
We
everybody
should
else.
get a game in though.
That would be
We
fun.
should have to get a game.
I might have a deck of cards. I might have a card set in my backpack.
We've been looking for a deck of cards for an hour now.
There we
So
go.
you got a deck of
card
cards?
set, the werewolf game.
Yeah. We'll have to hit it after.
We'll have to check
but
that
that should
out.
be so much fun for all of us to play one game of Werewolf.
Let's go.
So where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Michigan.
You grew up in Michigan. You went to the University of Michigan.
I went to Farmington Hills, so North Farmington High School,
Gotcha.
and then went from there in state to Ann Arbor.
Was there ever a different choice?
I didn't get into 2 other schools.
Okay,
One
that's not what I
waitlisted
wanted
me.
to hear.
Yeah.
I wanted to hear that
But
was the
no,
only choice.
It
for
should
you.
have been my only choice, but I think even if I had gotten in, I wouldn't have gone to those schools.
And you did engineering,
I did electrical engineering.
electrical engineering, and from there you went to Wall Street.
Merrill Lynch.
So what was the transition there for you in college, going to engineering? I'm sure there's a passion behind that, and then ending up on Wall Street at Merrill
Go
Lynch.
Blue. I kind of didn't know what I wanted to do, so I fell into I wouldn't say fell into a path, but I was very good at math. So I've always been really good at math since I was a kid, kind of like almost a math genius. And so math came easily. It's not that I loved math, I was just really good at it. So it's kind of a lucky blessing. So I could do math very easily. So when I started doing computer engineering, I hated it, just not for me. And at that point, my sophomore year, I'm like, what can I switch into without losing all my credits?
Yeah.
So again, not the sexiest thing, but I'm like, I can do electrical engineering. And I liked it, and it was kind of interesting. And it seemed like it'd be a good potential for the future for getting a job, which it was, but it was not my passion. This was not like my trajectory. And if you
Right.
ask my wife right now, she'll be like, he can't even change a light bulb.
Really?
Yeah.
Getting into mentalism, what was like the first experience that you had, like in college or Wall Street or whatever? Be like, hey, I'm gonna start to carve out a lane.
So I was doing this. This was my side hustle because I graduated high school when I was 16. My folks had gotten divorced. They moved back to Israel. So I was kind of on the outs with my dad and stuff. So it was like a pretty messy situation, but I had to pay for all of my schooling myself. So I had to, when you ask me like why, it was like necessity is the mother of all invention. I was doing magic shows to pay my tuition, and I had another business, but I was like, my side hustle became my real hustle, where at Michigan, I was performing. There was a place called Bday's Mongolian Barbecue.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one?
Street.
Yep. And
Yeah.
so it's gone now, RIP. But I used to perform there every Friday for all the time I was at college. Like a lot of people who were my years would have seen me. And then I'm doing all different events. I'm doing birthday parties. I'm trying to pay tuition.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I was doing this the whole time, always hustling.
You're working 24/7.
I was working somewhat. I had like a side business in the summer. Me and a buddy installed and removed boat docks. Wolverine Spartan Boat Dock Company. He went to Michigan State, so we cornered the market.
Yeah.
Everybody we knocked on their door. They're like, who's the Wolverine? Who's the Spartan? They're like, I'm not doing business with him. And he's like, yeah, screw this guy. So we had a very fun dynamic there. But I was always doing this, but not with the trajectory of, oh, this will be my profession, more because I had to. And then later, I don't want to call it later in life, but in my 20s, when I quit my job, I decided to go after it and see if I could do this full time.
What was your first breakthrough moment?
It's hard to say. I mean, my big breakthrough was I was on a show called America's Got Talent. I got 3rd place on there, and that just like juiced up my whole career, that rocket fuel. And then since then, there's been some big things since, I kept it going.
Who are the other two sons of bitches that took you
I
down?
know, dead to me. No, they were great. Honestly, that show, I say this fully, and I'm a competitive SOB. Like, I like to win in general. I don't mind that I not win that show.
Mhm.
I don't even know if winning that show helps your career more than if it's all how you use it, right? Like, you both played football. Look what you're doing now. Certain things equip you for the future in a different way. If you win that show, the contract is much more like, it kind of owns you for a few years.
Really?
Well, yeah, it's a different thing than if you just use the show and use it as a launch pad.
What do you mean by owns you for a few years?
You have to contractual obligations.
Okay.
Right. So like, you got to do stuff for the show. I'm not saying anything bad, but if you win, you have a lot more responsibilities going forward. That if you're a singer might be great. If you're like I'm a variety act, so I have a very different business model than somebody who goes and sells out theaters.
Okay. it almost feels like you could have a really good performance on Shark Tank and leave with nothing, but then your phone's blowing up for other opportunities.
Totally.
outside
Or
of
some
it.
people don't get a deal on Shark Tank and then they're $1 billion company.
Yeah.
I mean, that's happened a few times.
Yeah.
No doubt. So you go from Michigan, you go to Wall Street.
Yep.
While you're at Wall Street, obviously this is helping you out quite a bit. When did you go Wall Street to America's Got Talent? What
10
was
years later.
10 years later?
10 years to be an
So you
overnight
quit,
success.
you stopped doing Wall Street, and then 10 years after that.
Yeah.
Really? And what'd
Yep.
you do in the meantime?
Just made money. Just like getting in those reps, like doing bar and bat mitzvahs, birthday parties, bridal showers. I was like Mr. Bridal Shower for like 6 years. Every Sunday afternoon, I'm hitting bridal showers.
14-year-old you is fired up. Finally got it in with the ladies.
That's not bad. I had just a couple years of being single between college sweetheart and current wife. And my only wife. That sounded weird. Yes.
That was going to be the next question.
Honey. No. Wife, 4 kids, very happy. Very busy home life. But yeah, I guess that was the only time where actually, between all of those times, I was just the ultimate wingman.
Mm-hmm.
My friends would just use me. It wasn't even like a pretend. They'd be like, quick, do some stuff to her and then leave. I'm like, what? So I'd be the guy because I could just go up to any group and just, I know what you're thinking. I know your ATM PIN code, and now meet my friends. And they're like, yes.
And then you just ninja smoke and you're out
just
of
like,
there.
boom, you nailed it.
Yeah, you bring up your one of 4 wives. Like in these conversations, when you get into argument with your one of 1 wife,
yes.
When you get into argument, like that's got to be an unfair battle.
It's an unfair battle because she's a woman and she's smarter and wiser in every regard. So I'm always wrong no matter what.
Oh, so there's still the same play. It's still
Toe the
same
line,
playing field
baby.
for you.
Quick,
bro.
Very quick.
Rules apply.
Is there ever like manipulation within the house? And I don't say
I
manipulation in a
literally
bad
was just
way.
telling her yesterday this joke and this trick that I thought was so great. And she's like, yeah, just tell your magician buddies. Like she is not the good sounding board. No offense to her. She's amazing at everything else, but she is so over mentalism and magic.
Yeah, she's
She's
done
been
with
around for 15 years. She's like, I'm over it.
What was the experience like on Wall Street?
Uh,
You hear the stories not ever being on Wall Street,
Right.
cutthroat, the types of
Yeah.
people you meet.
You watched the movie Wolf of
Honestly,
Wall Street once, and you think that's how it is for
yeah,
everybody.
yeah,
Like you did, to me, you did a lot of cocaine and owned a yacht.
and jerked off a lot.
Everything
Yeah,
I've heard so
jerked
far.
off all the time. Matthew McConaughey was
There
your.
were Quaaludes, even though it was in the 2000s.
Yeah.
They were, banned. But no, that's a topical joke. You need to know your history on that.
No question.
But I didn't mind my job. So I wasn't in like a situation of every day I'm punching the clock and miserable. I just simply knew, and I think a lot of people that might listen to this are in that position of this isn't my future. Like, do you know what I mean? This is a stepping stone where I wasn't going to climb the corporate ladder. And it took time for me to end up believing in myself that I could quit. Because, you're getting a paycheck. Things are good. It's very hard to tiptoe out of it. A lot of people, once
Leave
you get into
that
a lane, you just get that structure and it's very easy to stay in it. And even if it's miserable, if you can kind of coast. So for me, it took some bravery and some realizations and a few moments that were like kind of whoa, aha moments to decide I'm going to quit my job and go for it.
What gig did you have at Wall Street?
So I supported the investment bankers.
Okay.
So I worked in tech because I was an engineer, but I would create like the apps. Honestly, what I was a pain in the ass for the people who I worked with, where internally after 9/11, they made data centers that were like mirror images so that they could never have another 9/11 and destroy like the infrastructure of our country. So they would have to have these things called contingency and recovery centers. A little bit boring. So when some really smart 45-year-old engineer would be like, I need all of these servers and to spend $10 million, me, some 22-year-old idiot twerp, is like, we can give you $3 million. Everyone in my company hated me who I worked with. I was like a punching bag of
Budget guy.
bureaucracy. So when we would then go out to happy hours, they'd be like, oh my God, that's the kid who I hate on the phone. And I do magic tricks. And they're like, you're not so bad, bro.
Yeah.
And so it was a great way to win people over and create kind of camaraderie amongst people that otherwise would not have liked me. Because I was like a project manager. And that built up where I started doing shows within the company, higher and higher level shows where they'd hire me to the point where at one point the CFO of the company, who's like my boss's boss is 20 leagues up, had me doing stuff for him. And I did a magic trick where I turned $1 into a $100 bill. And he goes, oh, it's like, dude, we got to get you working here. And I'm like, I do work here. And he's like, he thought I was joking. I'm like, no, seriously, I work at 95 Green Street. He's like,
Yeah.
And this guy looked at me and it's a flippant remark. And he goes, what are you doing working here? That for him was like, he doesn't even remember it. And for me, it changed my life. Because
Yeah.
about a month later, I quit. I'm like, what am I doing working here?
What year was the year you quit?
2005.
2005, 3 years before the big crash.
Yep.
You knew.
Timing, man. Everything in life.
Was there anything? I just watched the Big
Were you able
Short.
to anticipate that?
sold
Yeah,
everything.
I just watched The Big Short a couple of days ago, and it is
Great
very
movie.
interesting. Great movie.
The guy who's the
But in
height of that-
2005 is essentially when they started to figure out.
Dude, I knew it full on. It's like certain Ponzi schemes, like the WeWork. I knew about that one way early, but one of my friends was Merrill Lynch guy who was trading derivatives and CDOs, these collateralized debt obligations, and explaining it to me. And I'm like, this is total. It's like right now, I know for a fact this is going downhill at some point. This is
Really?
a scam.
You actually knew.
I mean, I knew,
What's something
but I
to look
didn't
out for?
act on it.
What's something to look out for currently?
I'd be buying Bitcoin still. I still am very bullish on Bitcoin.
Really?
Yes.
What's a
Bitcoin scares me.
I think in 10 years you'll be happy you did, but yeah.
what company out there in the stock
Buy
market? would
Bitcoin. Just casually, you'll be really sad you didn't.
Taylor's like got his phone out and he's on Coinbase or Gemini.
Yeah.
Whoever's promoting this right
Poured
now.
into Bitcoin. Gentlemen, we interrupt this episode to bring you Sport Clips. Get ready because this month, Sport Clips Haircuts is taking their MVP haircut experience to the ultimate level. Throughout the month of July, you get to relax twice and pay once because the ultimate MVP is the same price as the standard MVP. Also, just in time to beat the heat, the refreshing chilled towel is back. That means you get double the hot or chilled towel action, double the sudsy satisfaction of a massaging shampoo and conditioning treatment. And if they could find a way to double the sports on their screens, they would double that too. When it comes to your hair, go to the specialists who were trained in men's hair. It is a game changer. Sport Clips, valid at participating locations. This offer ends on July 31st, 2024. Back to the episode. Ticker symbol.
Whew. So right now I'm in something called the CNBC Celebrity Stock Draft, where it's like, I don't know, they got 10 celebs or whatever, and we're picking, and I'm in number 2. I was in number 1, and I've done it twice before, and I never won. I always at the last minute got eked out. But I said to buy Carvana, and Carvana popped by over 60% a week later, like crazy. I should have put more money into it, and I also put Bitcoin. So those are the 2 bets I have this year.
Okay.
Bet at your risk. At your risk, folks. Don't yell at me later.
I know. I kind of want to take everything. There's a big like 50-50 me right now where part of me trusts you 0%. And the other part of me trusts you 100%.
110%. Like
Yeah.
We're starting a cult.
Yeah, dude. I really feel
If
like
I told Taylor to shave his mustache right now, he's like, I'll just shave half of it just to mess with you.
just to mess with you because I don't trust 100%. Just the edges. What
Just the edges.
we were talking before this. We didn't really talk about how this whole situation came up. We were obviously very excited to have you on, and we didn't know what to expect. We know you've been doing a big act for a long time, so you're going to come here and talk a whole bunch. When you walked into the room, it took you 5 seconds to start playing with our heads.
Start sizing everybody up.
Sizing everybody up. You had Will do a few things. You had me write down a card
Yep.
and a question. And then I actually ripped it up and put it in 2 separate pockets.
Nice.
You're messing with my boy Jackie over here in the corner. Did anybody else
Everybody.
get ozed?
No, nobody's been ozed yet.
Yeah.
We're just planting.
You've already
secrets.
done it because you've come in with such a presence. You self-deprecating. Hey, I shouldn't be wearing a suit. Ha ha. This is big dumb idiot. And then all of a sudden you're just like coming at us like of 7 layers of smoke.
Right.
And it's very like nerve-wracking. It's very nerve-wracking. Do you get that a lot with when you go to these like different NFL places, these colleges, and do these kinds of things?
What's funny is season 1 was very funny because nobody really knew who I was. So the first season we went in, big shout out to ESPN and my boy Adam Schefter, who helped put all of this together initially. And then now it's gotten momentum where I think the teams see the value.
Yeah.
So, and you could speak to it yourself, but in a lot of these settings, there's more and more shows now, like quarterback, receiver, like a lot of these shows that highlight some of the players, but you get to see who they really are, when we take the helmet off and not outside of press interviews and stuff. And I think you get to see them act like real people. Like Micah Parsons right here, great moment where he gets to just be, we're watching this on video, so it's just popped up, but like you get to see them act like kids again.
Yeah.
And I think for fans, that's an amazing thing. Like Joe Burrow, you don't really get the real Joe Burrow. I got him smiling, laughing, freaking out. Like those moments are, I think, very good for the team and for the fans. And so they've seen a value in it. So season 1, we did it. None of the teams knew what was going on. I had to win them over. When we came back last season, I mean, every single room we went into, like, dude, we know you. We know. They were like,
yeah.
Like, well, fired up and slightly nervous, but also just, you come in with that exact mentality of either total skepticism or you're bought in or you're on the fence. And my job is to kind of make you a believer or make it fun.
And it's perfect timing too in the middle of training camp. It's
I
like you
think
have somebody like Oz come in the middle of training camp. Like that is a
Dog
very
days.
fun. Yeah.
You want to boost morale, and a lot of these guys don't know. They're on edge. It's the start of a season. You don't know if you're playing, if you're not, number 1 in the depth chart, and you don't know people, and you want to create that cohesion in the room.
Yeah.
The Joe Burrow one is my favorite. The Joe Burrow one is.
I remember texting David Bakhtiari immediately, like when you did the Packers,
Yep.
and just being like, bro, how real, like
Dude,
this
that's
had
great.
to be some theatrics in there.
The coach asked Jordan Love when Aaron Jones stood up in the middle of my show and asked me a question. He's like, I got a question for you, buddy. I was like, okay, what do you got? Yeah, Matt LaFleur was great. The Packers were awesome.
Yeah.
Really good, really down to earth team.
You talk about the two different crowds. Like one crowd you're walking into to win them over. Now you're walking into crowds that they already know who you are and they expect you to perform at a super high level.
Right.
From a mental standpoint for you, like nervousness, you seem like a guy that you've done the 10,000 hours. Like you're the outlier in your craft. What's more nerve-wracking for you, earning the crowd's trust or having to deliver for the crowd that expects so much out of you?
I think it's upping the ante every time, right? You can't hit status quo. You can't just, oh, you were better last time. Or, no, I'm doing grand slam home runs. Like this season, I'm going to try and up the ante where it's even crazier things than I've done before. Just things that are going to blow your mind and that are unexpected, like twists and turns, kind of take mentalism to another level.
How do you figure out how to up the ante? Like at times, are you ever just
so
exhausted or kind of over being the mentalist guy? And
You remember
performing
Houdini?
Every room you walk into, it's like, hey, do something.
It's shockingly no, because I'm like a Superman Clark Kent vibes. When I walk in no suit, people don't even know who I am. They're like, are you an accountant? The parents at my school, very rarely does anybody know my kid's school. And then they find out, like, I've seen you. One guy who I'm on a WhatsApp group with, because we carpool, like halfway through the school year sends me a clip of me on Joe Burrow. He goes, I just got sent this by 6 people. Is this you? He's like, I thought you were just like a finance guy. He's like, is this really you? He's like, how do you do this? I'm like, I can't tell you, bro.
That is wild. What is the pinnacle for a mentalist? Like, what is the overall goal? Like, at the end of the day, like, you're laying down, your loved ones are all around you.
Right.
What is the major accomplishment that you want?
Like in hindsight?
And
I'm
everything.
living the dream. So right now, I am like the high watermark is here, but I'm competitive and ambitious. So I think just continuing to up it where you're seeing this more and more. Like next year, I've got a book coming out, hopefully a TV show, more stuff with NFL. I think I've aligned myself with sports and finance because those are my interests. And also those are things growing. Like live sports is the only thing growing on linear TV and streaming. So that's where I like to be aligned with things that are interesting. I like to get people fired up. I think sports and what I do go hand in hand because it's exhilarating because you never know what's going to happen live. You don't know. Like you see this clip right now that you're watching, you in that room, nobody knows how that's going to play out. There's no way to know what's going to happen. It's not fake. You could call every one of these players, call Tom Brady. Tom Brady not know me before I walked in that room.
What is your book going to cover? Like, are you going to give any kind of practical ideas to teach?
100%. So it's how to apply my craft, how to apply the principles of mentalism to your everyday life, like at work, at home, in your relationships. How could you read people more effectively? How could your memory be stronger? All different ways that you can take my skills, and you're not going to be a mentalist probably tomorrow. You know, most people don't want to. If you want to learn, you could do that from a different book. But what are the skills I have that are transferable to you? Like, how do you become memorable? How do you know if somebody's really lying to you or telling the truth? Like stuff like that is very useful. So it's a mass market book. It's not designed.
What's something?
When's this book come out?
Next year.
I'm gonna have to give myself a copy of that.
Signed copy.
I'll have to probably
Yeah,
come back
being
on.
able to
I'll have
read
come back
people
on
being
next
saying,
week.
yeah.
Go blue, Taylor.
No
What's
question. I'm
something
gonna need
simple
that
and
signed.
practical that you could give?
Well, a lot of the stuff that I give is not, we have to get into like to teach how to lie detect and things like that are going to take more time than what I can explain now. That's why it's like a chapter. But how to improve your memory is just one of the biggest ones that I can tell you. If you're in different lines of work where you meet somebody and you had the feeling where 3 seconds after you meet them, you're like, I just totally forgot their name.
Yeah.
And now you can't even have a conversation because you're just like, oh God, what was her name? What was his name? And you're just like, so I have a tried and true way for that in 5 minutes around never to happen again. So the key is you're not really hearing the name. You know, on a shampoo bottle, how it says lather, rinse, repeat, you know, those 3 instructions, every shampoo bottle. So I call it listen, repeat, reply. So most of the time when you're hearing somebody's name, simple trick, you're not hearing it. You're actually never taking it in. You're thinking about what you're going to say next or what you're having for dinner tonight or, oh my God, my wife just called me and I'm getting this for the kids. You never heard their name. So if you can make your mind a total blank and either look them in the eyes, look them in the forehead, like do a trick where right when you look at them, you're totally quiet. And right when they say their name, I go, what was it? Taylor? Do you spell that Taylor? Oh, got it, Taylor. If you can say their name 3 times within 10 seconds, even just like that, casual, respell or say, oh, I got a buddy named Taylor. That's so funny. Great to meet you, Taylor. You will now remember that name 3 to 10 times more. And then if you can even pay them a compliment, be like, Taylor, man, love that Western show hat. Now in your head, you attach Taylor to the hat. Or do you see what I'm saying? You create a hook. So it's listen, repeat. I repeat the name and then a reply with something that connects the name.
3 times within 10 seconds.
Easy.
Hate to put you on the spot. Are you able to recall everybody's name in the back
Everyone
of the
that
bus?
I've met. So I haven't met everyone in there. So like if I had met everybody, 100% I'd know their names. But I've only met I met Jack, Steve. I haven't met everybody.
Okay.
It's a test. Should we do this?
Yeah, I know, right?
Hard to remember. It's all dudes with mustaches
Yeah.
in a van.
It's a very,
I told him I walked in. I'm like,
same
are we shooting a porno? I don't know where I'm at right now.
Yeah. Boys, go with names. Obviously, Jack. Who's next? Say your name out loud.
Garrett, 2 R's, 2 T's. Like the way this guy rolls. Garrett with double R, double T. Power mustache on Garrett.
Power mustache. It's strong. He's got the best facial hair in the game. And behind Garrett,
Mitchell.
Yep.
But we're at the Mitch stage. Like that. We've broken through that ice, Mitch. See that? We got it.
Yeah.
Sherman.
No way. Are you lying to me right now?
Straight up, it's my first name.
Bro, that's my Starbucks name from now on.
Let's go.
I'm walking up and going, I'm Sherman.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Jared?
Yeah.
1 R, 1 D?
Yes.
Best friend, 3rd grade kid named Jared, spelled with 2 R's, an O and a D.
I got
Who-
no one.
Who does that to their child? Okay,
No.
not as bad. Sorry to
Bad
offend
people
you.
do that.
JP? All right, I think we got everybody.
Okay, we'll at the
Well,
end of the episode.
when you're leaving,
We'll come
yeah,
back.
yeah,
We'll
yeah.
come back.
We'll come back to
yeah,
that.
check out bus scenes to figure out if you got it all right.
Yeah.
Right? If they move around, though, it's very jarring because they all look the same and they're in the dark. I wish the camera could catch this. Except for Sherman. I'll remember him for the rest of my life.
No question, dude. Sherm's dialed in, bro.
I feel like this.
Wait, look, this is a key moment. Jack, here, let's go over this because I want to. Jack, I had met earlier for a brief moment, right? And right now, this is top of mind. So when I say top of mind, is you heard those names, you know these people, and so I heard their names, but I want to dig deep where if I say right in this moment, Jack, right now, think of one of your best friends. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Right, that, boom. How could I possibly know that? Are we understanding?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But look over here. Will Compton is going, but man, maybe he knew we'd be here. Maybe he looked up the crew. Maybe if it's your best friend, he could have gone on Instagram and see you just tagged in a photo, right? There's all these ways. So I don't want the front of your mind. I don't want something that could have been looked up. So I'm going in the back of your head, where you got a name in the back of your head that's picked absolutely at random. And it's a guy. Is that right?
Correct.
And I want to make sure that everybody knows that you have not written anything down. You have not said a word to anybody. Literally random as can be. You picked one person that isn't even one of your best friends, I assume, and you got his name in the back of your head right this second. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, let's watch. Is it a first and last name, I'm assuming?
Yes.
All right. This is not written down. This is nowhere. This is in his brain. Is that true? I want to make sure.
For everybody watching, I swear to God, this
and
is random.
I want you to count the number of letters in this person's name just to yourself. Please don't use your fingers or something.
Okay.
Can we see him right now? I don't know what the situation
Yeah,
in
we
the
can
bus
see him.
is.
He's got a real
I'm trying to read his
view.
body language
And
just like you.
Are people listening to this on a podcast a lot of the time?
Yeah,
Just audio?
Spotify, Apple,
Okay,
YouTube,
so I'm going to
Rumble.
narrate what I'm thinking. So
Good
if you're
reminder
not
to
watching
subscribe.
this and seeing this beautiful mustache and me in a suit, I'll tell you what's going on. So I watched Jack while he was thinking of this name. Yeah. When he thought of somebody in the front of his mind, then changed his mind to somebody else, went to the back of his head and he's seeing this guy. And I watched your eyes and it took you a little while to count, right? If that name is quick, if that name was Doug or Ben, it would have been fast. But if it's Sherman, that's a struggle right there. That takes longer to count. And I watched your eyes and you went like this, da-da-da, and then you did it. You broke it into 2 pieces. And it felt like the 2 pieces were almost equal. I watched you. Da-da-da, da-da. Was it 7 letters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, 8. You just counted the second time and it's 8, isn't it?
It's actually.
Don't say it.
Not saying anything.
It's actually, he was about to say 6, but he counted 7. He miscounted the first time because 2 of the letters are the same. And so he wasn't sure and they were at the end. And it's an L, but you thought it was 1 L or 2. Russell. Is his name Russell?
Okay.
Is it Russell, Jack?
He's off.
Okay, so
Well, hold on, stop. Was that the guy you picked? Was it Russell was the first guy you picked? Am I right?
incorrect, but I don't know how we go about this because I don't want to spoil anything else.
Hold on. Don't tell me the other name. But
Okay.
you looked at somebody and you changed and you went to the last one. Were you thinking of Russell? Was there a point at which you thought of Russell and you said Russell Smith? Is that his last name too?
No, but
No?
wait, dude, hold on.
Oh my God. What the fuck is happening right now?
Is Russell Smith the last person you talked to and you were
Show the
thinking
camera.
of?
Show the camera.
The first fucking name on the top of my contacts is Russell Smith. I'm not bullshitting. This is what was pulled up on my phone earlier. This is the top contact on my phone.
When he's telling you to scroll and stop.
Yes, it is. I haven't touched it. It's Russell Smith.
It's Russell Smith. And there's only 1 L.
Now, when you in your brain, Was that the end result, or are you being like, how did I miss this?
I didn't miss anything. That's who he just told me he thought of. I don't even know what's going on. I don't know who he changed his mind to. Because I said, don't do your best friend. He thought of Russell Smith, and then he said, I don't know this guy well enough, so he was trying to think of someone else. But he knows that was who you're thinking of. That's why he's freaking out.
Who the hell is Russell Smith?
We can call him. He's the guy I went to college with. I haven't talked to him in like 3 years.
That is fucking wild.
You know what? I told you you asked me about magic, right?
Uh-huh.
So magic, here, check these cards out. Yours, I don't know. Check them out. Are they mixed up? Are they shuffled up a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, shuffle them up. I don't want to mess around. Shuffle them up. Now, here's the expectation where a magic trick is if I say pick one out right now, right, Will, and then he picks one out and then he puts it back and then I find it. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Come on, that's below my pay grade.
I love doing that though.
It's good. It's fun. I'm not knocking it, but that I could do that. So I want to do something unexpected. Are they shuffled up? Are they mixed up?
Yeah, they're
your
shuffled
cards.
up. Here,
Make sure.
I'll do a couple. I'm kind of nervous. I'm shaking a little
Whatever
bit.
you want to do.
Sweating.
You want me to
Take
No, I'm ready to go.
if you want. I don't care. They're not in some sort of order. And here, put them down on the table somewhere and push down and kind of like spread them out a little bit.
Everybody should be watching on YouTube and subscribe.
And this is all you. He's got a deck card. Subscribe and shuffle them up. It's your cards. And what I want you to do is take and you're not going to look, but you're going to move your finger across. And whenever you get an urge, you like stop on one. Okay, like kind of go across, and it's got nothing to do with me. If you feel good about it, you just stop on one, and it's got to feel right to you. You got one? I don't. Wherever it is, I don't. You take this card. And what I want you to do is take it, bring it close to you. I don't want to be see you. I want to see it very close to you. Make sure that Taylor can't see it, just for you. You got it?
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is, Will?
Yes.
Do you have a pocket or somewhere you could sneak it to, where there's just no way we could see?
Yeah.
In them cheeks.
Okay. Now yours. I'm not gonna hand you a deck of cards. You get a special deck of cards. Special one. I told you about this.
Special
It's an
boy.
invisible deck of cards. Grab it and shuffle it up. Right? Look at the acting. Even though you know what? Shuffling doesn't matter, right? You know what I'm saying? So shuffle them up. Look at that. Look at that. That wrist action. Okay, stop. And now you take, and this is what's funny, right? I told you that this deck of cards is special. Yeah. It's unique because shuffling doesn't matter, right? It's invisible, but they're all, and I want you to just reach in the middle and just grab one out and look at it because that's your card, right? You could have grabbed the top one, the middle one, the bottom one. It didn't matter, did it? Yeah. Now this is what's different. There is no way in the world that they could all know what it is. No, I forgot to tell you. Here, I'm going to try to read your mind, but you didn't even know this, is that my goal was for you to read my mind, okay? This is the weirdest thing. So I want to show everybody that, and I'm going to fold that up. So this is not reading your mind. I'm just letting you know.
Can you show the camera again?
Yeah, but I don't want him to see.
Got it.
Okay. I should have done this before you even did it, because that's the card. I'm thinking about one card. You got that card?
It's right here.
Yeah, not in the pockets, right there. Imagine it in your hand. And I want you to just close your eyes.
My heart rate's at 91.
Think red, black, hearts, diamonds, clubs, spades. You shuffle them up. It's not even a real deck. It's invisible. Keep your eyes closed. Lean forward for me a little bit, Taylor. Lean forward for me a little bit. Keep that mic in front of you. Pull your hand closer to my voice. Bring your hand out. And I want you to go ahead and close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Keep them closed. And don't open them. Don't open them.
I want to open them so bad.
Invisible deck had you think of any card, random, just random. Shuffle them up. Plucked it out of the middle. Don't open your eyes, but tell us, what is the invisible card you imagine in your hand? Say it.
7 of clubs.
Now let me ask you a question. I love this. I love this moment. Because it's exactly what I did with Jack, where he changed mine in the middle and he wasn't sure. And I can always get the thought in the front of your head, but the one in the back, what was that first card you thought of? And you go, no one's going to get this one. There's no way he's going to get it. What was that card? Tell us the first one. What was it?
Wait, before we
Yeah.
the bus?
Tell us. Yes.
Queen of Diamonds.
Turn around. Take a look. The queen. Turn around. Take a look at it.
Get
Queen
the
of
fuck out of
Diamonds.
here, dude. Shut up.
And then I wanted you to see if you could read my mind. I wanted you to see if you could read my mind. You wanted to see if you could read my mind. You hold this. Look, I wrote this down before we even started. Take out your card. Was that? Look at this. Are these all different? And did you shuffle these up? And you could
I'll
take
tell the
anyone?
audience again. I swear to God. I don't think.
Show everybody what was that card that you took out, and tell us what it is. Or you know
Can
what?
you see?
Open the note at the same time. Yeah, you can show everybody. Open that note up and read it, and turn your card around. What did I say? What was I thinking of?
Jack of Spades.
No, Oh, sorry. Can you guys not see? That's really sloppy handwriting. Do you guys see? It's a 5 of spades. Sorry about that. That's a 5. Show them. And I thought it'd be the 5 of spades.
No way, dude. That is a 5 when you really look at it. That's a
Sorry about
5
my
when you
sloppy
really look at it.
handwriting.
Yeah.
Even though, quite frankly, if you wanted, worst case scenario, I don't know if you guys can see this, but if you wanted, if you were really a stick in the mud, I would take the 5 of spades, give it a shake, and change it into the jack if you really needed me to. You know what I'm saying? We would do that just in case. Just in case.
Five of spades is right here in the middle of the deck. Wait, 7, right? 5. No, 5.
5 of spades. What are you saying?
He just took the 5 of spades, shook his hand a couple of times, and turned it into the jack of spades, and then it was in the middle of the deck.
How do you do that?
What are we
bro?
doing? We're
I know
bussing
you
with the
can't.
boys.
Oh my god. You're worth every penny. I can't believe
Jack, Garrett, Mitch, short for Mitchell. We got J-Rod right here. We got Jared. We got Sherman. I'll never forget you, Sherman.
We interrupt this episode to bring you Cars.com. Your car is one of, if not the most valuable asset you have. Knowing how much your car is worth will help you when it comes time to sell. Your car could be worth more than you thought. And if you've been thinking about a new car but not sure if it fits your budget, be sure to check your Cars.com market value to see if your trade-in might be worth more than expected. Thinking about selling your car in the next couple of months? Your garage lets you, hang on, let me specify that. Your garage lets you see your car's value up to 60 days in the future, so you'll know if selling today gets you a better deal than a few weeks from now. Track your car's value on Cars.com. Cars.com. Back to the episode.
And you know what? Here's what I want you to do. I want you to think of somebody.
This is the most insane shit I've ever
I want you to think of somebody. Oh, yeah, hold on. Wait. Will, we got unfinished business, okay? I want to know how your mental process worked. Did you know when you were picking the 5 of spades? That's what I was thinking of because I had written that down. You had no idea, but you just had a feeling to go on that card. And it was a 5 of spades. Sorry, my handwriting's bad. I didn't even think that could look like a jack. Did that not look like a 5 to you guys? It's weird when you said that because I see what you're saying, but it was meant to be a 5. How many teams are there? 32 teams in the NFL.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
And if I ask you, right, if I were to ask you to pick any player and you go through this, how the decision happens is fascinating to me. Let me ask you a question. I say to you, pick any player in the NFL, 32 teams, 53 players, right? And you close your eyes. Visualize his face. Can you see this player as if he's sitting in the bus with you right now?
Yes.
Okay, open your eyes. I think that you started with the player's position. Is that how you did it?
Yes.
Knowing Will is probably skin color.
I think the skin color. You laughed at that. Now you gave me a hint. That was good. I think he started with position, then you went to team, then you went to player. 32 teams. All right, I'm going to give this a go. Think AFC, think NFC.
Okay.
Look at that.
I know, fuck.
Oh my god.
You know what? I got to say something.
I'm so nervous right now.
I think something's up. Something's up. Close your eyes.
Okay.
Hold up.
No.
Hold up.
I thought the same thing.
Still close.
For those of you who are listening, he's
Keyword,
writing.
keyword. Look at that. Now it's coming into perspective. I want to show you this. All right. Open your eyes. Think offense. Think defense. Think offense. Think defense. You know what? Best offense is a good defense. He went defense, right?
Yo, no, I'm trying to say just sturdy.
Do you see what's on this table? Look down. Do you see everything on this table? Look down. Cards, we got drinks, we got everything. When I say the number 4, what does that make you think of?
Do I say it out loud?
Yeah, does 4 make you think of something when I said the table? Right here, do you see it? Corner. You're thinking of a cornerback, aren't you?
Do I answer?
Yeah.
No.
It wasn't cornerback?
Corner?
Cornerback. Did this person switch teams in the last year?
I don't think so.
Okay, I gotta preface this because I think we have confusion here. Are you thinking of the same person? You've got one person throughout, or you just pick a new person?
I'm thinking of the cat. You was getting me on across over the.
I had you think it's him. He's not a cornerback.
Not a corner.
Played for the Jets last year.
Yes.
Just switched. Did you not know that? Just switched to the Buccaneers. Bryce Hall, isn't it?
Brees Hall, yeah.
Brees Hall. Is that not right?
He's on the Jets still.
Is he on the Jets still?
I think he just traded in the last day of the Bucks.
Look him up.
How do you spell Brees Hall?
Breece.
And I did misspell and put Bryce Hall first in the Google search.
Is he Jets or Bucks?
I mean, my heart's pounding. Just type in Brees Hall. It should be on.
It's pretty solid team. Type in.
Looks like he's
All right.
still with the Jets.
Jets, good enough for me. I didn't know if it was a trade. I'll take it.
That means Brees Hall might be getting traded.
Heard it here first. I didn't mean that.
Was that your person?
Yeah, and I switched.
Who was before?
Don't know that one.
Who was it before?
Sweating in here.
It was Christian McCaffrey.
Oh,
That'd be too easy.
Too
I know.
easy.
That's what I
49ers,
thought was
too
happening.
easy.
So I immediately was going to like a versatile.
went from running back.
Yeah, running
running
back.
I
back to
thought you
running
were going to
back.
go Robert Spillane.
That's funny.
I thought you were going to go Robert Spillane.
But he was talking fantasy draft. I thought he was setting me up to pick Christian McCaffrey, but I went a little more versatile. Somebody you'd get in a maybe second, third round.
Do you want to do some predictions?
What predictions are we going for?
NFL.
NFL.
Hang on.
I think we might see a three-peat here. The Chiefs. That's what I think.
able in any capacity
Right?
to tip off how you knew that?
Well, I didn't
Brees
know
Hall.
it perfectly, so I'm telling you, that's why I say you never know what's going to happen because it was close. I misspelled it. Sorry about that. I'm having a rough spelling day. But why did I think Bucks? I don't know who you thought of on the Bucks now. It's killing me.
Is Will going to play in the Bucks this year?
I think so. Will's coming back out of retirement.
Yeah. Year 10 for real.
I mean, my mind's blown. Even though he got were you being serious? You thought I was thinking a cornerback?
Were you thinking another cornerback?
I wasn't thinking corner. I was always thinking running back.
You
But the
were,
fact
all
that
right.
you landed on Brees Hall, and I mistyped and put Brees Hall first in my search bar, and then landed on Brees Hall, and I told JP, I was like, I switched my player. I don't think he's going to get it right.
that is wild.
Are you in any capacity able to explain?
No, I got to leave some mystery, man. I gotta keep it exciting.
Can you teach us a small thing?
Yeah.
Small thing?
You taught us learning names 3 times 10 seconds. Find a word play in that. Jared, double R, double O, double D, whatever it was.
Right?
Is there anything you can teach us in the mentalist world?
I gotta think.
That's a small little.
It's gonna take longer than you expect. That's the problem.
Okay. I'll wait for the book.
I know you gotta wait for the book.
I'll wait for the book.
Otherwise, I teach you a cool little
What
trick
does-
to do
what-
for the kids.
What does the stat that I had to look up?
No, I don't know the stat. I was just trying to see.
You were
if this-
just
I kind of move you around.
son of a bitch.
See where
man.
people's
Do you
minds
watch his
go.
fingers?
I'm watching everything.
Yeah, because you asked me a question.
I
that
want to know
nobody
who
else
he
would
thought of
know.
because he changed his mind like 3 times because he was with Russell Smith, but he's like, I don't know this kid as well, so he switched to the other guy he knew better. That was the fascinating part about that one. In fact, let's get JP.
He had that Russell. Yeah.
JP, think of somebody right now that pops in your head. Somebody that pops in your head. You got somebody? Got it. Is it somebody they would know?
They
You
would
know,
not know him.
Everything's mic'd up in here. Here's what you do. I'm going to jot this down. Here, get a scrap of paper and show the boys behind you. You guys are going to watch me like a hawk. Just this person's first
I mean,
name.
Bryce Hall.
Okay? Just their first name and show the guys
Yeah.
behind you. Make sure that there's no way we can see this over here on this side.
Right now, JP is using a Sharpie. He's
Hey,
writing it
and
down.
again, just to bring up it was my last search. Like I didn't close it out.
That's impressive. That is insane.
Mitch, you got that?
You good, JP?
We're good.
Who saw it?
Sorry.
Just the back of the bus.
Back of the bus, fold it in half. Fold it again. Eat it. No, I'm totally kidding. He would have done it. No. Garrett would have done it. That's commitment right there. Barstool, come in. They saw it. Shred this sucker. I'm staring at you. Jack, hard eye contact. Is that thing ripped up? Hold out your hand. Rip. Are there any pieces left in my fingers?
No.
All right. Do you have any idea who we might have just thought of?
No.
No.
I will guarantee you 100%, just based on the body language, based on the quickness. It's a guy. Is it a guy? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a guy for sure.
A lot of dude talking
A lot
here.
of dudes.
A lot of dude thoughts.
Plus, a lot of dudes. When you thought of that person, it was funny how I caught 6 letters. So watch the same thing. Think of your person and get rid of that in your hands. You're comfortable. Think of this person now.
I'm not comfortable.
Yeah.
Right? It's scary.
And I want you to mix up the letters in his first name and just grab one out in your head. You got a letter in your head?
Yeah.
Now, they know who you're thinking of, so I wonder how many of you did the same letter. I don't think everyone did. I think people did different letters. People are different. Most people, when they're thinking of the name, like, what should I do with? And they don't want to do the first letter because they think that might give away the name. And so I don't think you did that. You didn't do the first letter, did you? You thought it was too obvious. So you jumped in there, and then you know what he did? Somebody cuts you off in traffic, Taylor. Your better self. You don't want to be like, you.
Taylor gets racist when he gets cut off in traffic.
You could feel it. You could feel it, the road rage. You see how I just said it? I didn't even say the word, but in context, I didn't even say it, but you saw me bite my lip. F. Are you thinking the letter F?
Yes.
And then there's 2 of them. It's Jeff, isn't it?
It is.
Got his ass!
Oh, no. And I was thinking like, man, I did pick an easy name. That's crazy.
Man. What is going on? It's unbelievable, man.
That's nuts.
It really is.
Made me work.
Is it
You
exhausting
still got
for
that
you?
5 of spades? Not exhausting, but sometimes, you got to really focus.
And by the way, I'm still so blown away because my first search was Bryce Hall.
Who's Bryce Hall?
And I was like, and then I misspelled it and I go forward, Brees Hall.
Do that again, man.
Sorry. Because he had me type out my own stuff in my own search bar. I wasn't showing him. And I was thinking of the player and I misspelt it first and put Bryce Hall. And then obviously that was the player I landed on. I don't know, man.
It is crazy, huh? I'm still skeptical.
Taylor and I thought of 3 numbers before you came in.
Lottery numbers?
No.
Just 3 numbers. So we were like,
Do you have who has the envelope?
we have an envelope where we had 3 numbers, and our thought was like you'd be able to guess what our numbers are.
Who's not in this? I got an idea. Who's not even in this room right now that's associated with the show?
Steven and Alex.
Yeah.
Bring them in here.
And Coop.
Coop. Yeah. You want me to get them?
1 or 2 of them.
Don't leave me alone. Don't leave me alone.
I need to take a walk.
So.
What are we doing here, guys?
Yeah. How are you?
Great.
Hey, bro.
Living the dream.
What's that?
You're going to be next eventually.
Double girl dads
well,
here.
you have 4 kids?
I have 4 kids.
Girls, boys?
2 girls, 2 boys.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
How'd you have boys? Did you mentalize your wife
it's
into
a time of day, position. No, I don't know.
You know there is actual literature on that,
I know,
right?
I know.
Which I've looked up in a very
Is that it?
extensive
You going for
way.
number 3?
Yeah, going for 3.
Nice.
How'd you not have 2 kids?
Congratulations. I see 2 girl dads. I said it. You said it.
Okay. They coming in?
Yeah. Just to let
You
everybody.
just stuff all the boys
We
in
got
the
Coop
bus.
and Steven coming on. Boys.
So we had
Those are some aggressively short
you
shorts,
go,
huh?
Just go and scoot it on. Yeah. Coop's king of the sleeper build.
Built for radio.
You asked
All
me.
right.
You asked me another question too.
Yeah. Hold on. You're gonna ask me a question, Steve.
Yes,
we're thinking
sir.
jersey numbers right now.
Jersey numbers.
Jersey numbers.
Got it.
Well, you don't got it. We haven't done one yet.
Okay.
So,
I thought we were. Oh.
No. So
Steven, just relax.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
We're all in the same.
I'm
mental,
very nervous. I'm
We're
very
all in the
nervous.
same mental place as you.
Okay.
We've been doing football. Thought of Brees Hall. I said Jets, but then I switched over to Bucks. I wonder why. How about this? Imagine a football player right now.
Mhm.
Actually, it's boring. I already did that. Let's do
Okay.
something good. You said when I worked on Wall Street, what would I do? How could you use this to monetize? Do you have any siblings?
I do.
Okay. Why do you take so long to answer that? That was
Because he's
weird.
scared. He's
Okay.
scared. He feels the same way we all do.
Would anybody know your social security number?
My mom would, maybe.
Maybe. And also, that's not really good to reveal on here because you can't change that. Steve's like, I might want to get out of the bus. Would anybody know your ATM PIN code?
No.
Is there any way in the world anybody could possibly know that? If you've written that down anywhere, you told anybody, if you were like, I don't know, did you even make up your ATM PIN code?
I did.
You
Yeah.
made it up?
Yeah.
All right, watch this. Think it's 4 digits?
It's 4.
Nice guess. How'd you?
Will with the jokes. Will with the jokes.
Holy shit!
Hey, that's gonna be our clip to promo him too. Like, watch it.
That's good.
That's the money shot. Okay. Think of your ATM bank PIN code. And I want you to think of the first number in your head. Try not to react. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. I already knew what it was, but I just wanted to see his face after you.
I was trying to hold still.
Yeah. Now, do you think this guy did something silly, like a 6666 or like an 888, like doing something ridiculous? I don't think so.
No, not
No
He
Steve.
doesn't
shot.
seem
No
like
shot.
it.
No.
The
I would.
glasses,
Maybe Jack.
that 5 o'clock shadow. This is a man who does a little bit of work hard, a little bit of play hard.
A little,
Very,
tiny bit of
very-
play hard.
Yeah. So I think you did the first number and you like patterns. I don't think it's a birthday. I don't think it's somebody's birthday, is it? Oh, don't say anything more. Now I'm wondering what it is. First number. Second number gets bigger than the first number. You move down.
That's true.
I know. Think of the third number. Think if it gets bigger or smaller. Think this way or that way. Are you going to be mad if everybody now knows your ATM
No,
PIN
that's
code?
fine
You
because
don't
I'm
care?
going to have to go change it immediately
Yeah.
after this.
Think of the last number.
Yep.
987654321. To clarify, you have never written this down. You have never posted publicly. You've never said this anywhere. Literally, there is no way anybody in the world, including your mom, knows your ATM PIN. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Did the first number. Trying to think where you went because it felt like muscle memory. You went back. You didn't go. Close your eyes. I might have missed this. I want to make sure I write that number clear so you don't think it's a J again. I might have missed one number. It's kind of like the Brees Hall thing. You ask me, what do I do? I never know if it's going to work 100%. You just never know. Let me show you. You guys want to see this? I'm going to ask you one last clue, but I'm already committed. I think one of the numbers repeats in your code, doesn't it, Steven?
It does.
Open your eyes. You had never met me before I walked through this door minutes before I arrived, before getting on this bus. True?
True.
What is your ATM PIN code? One digit at a time.
1, 5, 2, 5.
1, 5.
That's insane! That's insane, bro. There's no way.
Yo. Get Portnoy in here next. I want his ATM PIN code also.
Yes.
I'll split. I'll throw a piece to everybody.
We might have to put you down, man. There's
Yeah.
no way.
I might not be leaving this
You're
bus.
a danger to society. Oh my god.
CIA just called. They need me to solve some
What
crimes.
the fuck?
That is insane. Why don't you work for the government?
Maybe my next iteration. Right now I'm having too much fun entertaining.
Yeah?
Being on the good side.
I wonder how that. What do you think, a good hacker or something like that? Because I when I'm watching you, there's a lot of fluff, not fluff, but like you're putting on a show as well. Like answers you're already, and then you're playing around. Oh, don't say anything else. Don't do this.
Not always.
Was there any game in that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I wasn't certain at all.
God.
I really thought I missed one.
So
And
okay,
Steven, I was staring your
missed
ass
one.
down when he was
Because
counting
the
1
birthday
through
threw me
0
off.
or
The
1 9 to
birthday
0.
threw me off.
him
Did
just
I
playing
give
around.
anything? Did I tip anything, Taylor?
Him
You
being-
didn't
him
feel-
just being like
Stared at you,
that?
I did not. You literally were like this the whole time.
All right, good.
And he was
I mean,
1,
that's
2, 3, because I thought the first
that,
number
which
was
makes it
3.
even crazier that he just nailed it. Which I gotta
Yeah.
go. I need to get off the bus and go change my PIN code right now.
How did you even identify when he just stared and you were counting and you kind of already knew that was
No,
a one?
that-
Is that
that-
one thing?
oof.
That's such a small. It's a small little detail. Jeez, I want to know something.
Please, Sensei.
yeah.
Sherman, you got cash on you?
Teach me.
Sherman's like, let's go to my ATM. I'm broke.
Yeah.
Who has cash?
I don't have any cash on me.
No one's got
I have
money?
cash.
We all
I
got
cash
we
in
all
my
got
car.
Bitcoin.
Yeah. Oh, man, I was going to make it exciting. All right, nobody?
I got my
12
car. I've
dudes
got.
in here? No cash?
Go run and
All
get
right,
go run
all
and get a
good.
buck or 100. We know it's 100. Go get a buck.
All
Oh, he
hundreds.
ain't got a.
I have a seat dollar in my car. How did
You know what? Give those a mix. You did a good job before.
Dude, I'm fucking.
What's the birthday?
All right.
What, you got cash?
Why you have to do it like that? You could just grab.
What
it.
does this guy have right here?
Hey! He just throws the bag on the thing. Like, why you gotta do it like
I have
that?
zero cash on me. Oh, there's money in here.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
all right.
yeah,
I got the
Let's
bank
let-
after this, JP.
Let's make a Bussin' With The Boys. Grab out a bill.
All we had to do
Wow.
was grab one bill. He comes up, boom.
He's got money in his wallet.
Bam. Not mine. I don't want to touch it.
All right.
Here's
Oh,
what you
did
do.
he?
I want you to take it. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to see it. Nothing. Take it over there. Take the bill. I don't want to touch it or be around it.
All right.
Hide it. And I want you to take and write "Bussin' With The Boys" on it.
Don't look.
Yeah, do it over there somewhere. I don't want to see a bill. I don't want to see anything. All right. You mix these up?
Yeah.
All right, grab 'em. All right. Let's do this. All right. Who has their phone readily accessible?
Right here. Do I fold it?
Fold it in half. Fold it in half. And I want you to take it and how many pockets you got?
What'd you just do right there?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Something.
Four pockets? Put it in one of them.
Good luck. What do you need?
Pull up your calculator.
This is the one. This is like the calculator thing is when I texted Bach.
Ready?
Yep.
How many people's birthdays do you know in this room? I like the fact, I don't know if you saw this, that he just cleared his browser history. Did anyone see that? That was a pro move right there.
Good work, Jack. Good work.
How many people's birthdays do you know in this room? Anybody?
Garrett's.
Garrett? You know, that's cute. You know his birthday? Okay, that's good. All right. Tell me, you know what? Don't even say it. What month is he born in?
February.
Okay, so put in 2 and then hold it up so I can't see it, so I don't know the day.
Okay.
And if it's less than 10, like if it's the 3rd, do 03. But if it's the 28th, do 28. So put in 2 more digits for his birthday.
Okay. And I'm not adding anything. Just
No,
typing,
just
okay.
put in like a 3-digit number. You good? You did it? Now, Garrett, think of somebody whose birthday you know. You got somebody? Take the phone from him. And I want you to hit times. You did it? And now, the month and the day. Now, hear me out. If the month was like December, do 12/01 or 12/31. You get it? So try to make the number be either 3 or 4 digits. You already hit times? Put in that 3 or 4 digit month and year. Let me know when you've done it. Did you do it?
You need a year?
No, my bad. Like just the month. So you've got this times this and hand it to one more person. You decide. Anybody out there, who are you going to hand it to?
Did you keep up?
Hold on. So if it's like January, it'd be 01.
Yep. You already did it, right? You did 3 or 4 digit number.
Okay.
Who do you want to hand it to? Who hasn't helped yet? I got to make sure I'm on mic. Who hasn't helped yet in the room? I don't know if you see this, but right now Steve is changing his bank PIN code as we speak. He's on he's on the phone with Wells Fargo being like, I don't know what the hell happened. It's a mentalist. Just change it.
Yeah.
Who's got it? Who's got it?
All right, yeah.
All right, here's what you do. Should we go through everybody's name again? Because you don't believe me that I know everybody? All right. Jared, think of someone's birthday. You got somebody?
Yeah.
Okay, 3 or 4 digit number. Here's what you do. One last time. Hit times. Big number pops up on the screen, doesn't it?
Yep.
Type in that 3 or 4 digit number.
So if it's a month,
Yeah. You do it. 3 or 4 digits. Doesn't matter. I'm going to let you do it.
You are a psycho.
You did it?
yeah.
100 times 100 times 100 is 1 million. Fact check me later. Taylor's mind is blown. So if you right now...
No, it can't be. It can't be, right?
Stacks. 100 times 100, 10,000. 10,000 times 100 is a million. Hit equals. You have to be over 1 million right now. And you were February, and that birthday, I bet you're over 10 million. Is it over 10 mil?
Do you want me to tell you?
I mean, you don't have to tell me, but it's like a guess. It's like just numbers. Am I over 10 million?
Yes.
Okay. Here's what you do. You shuffle these up. Whenever you want, I'm going to kind of have you yell out the word stop. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm going to let them fall, and I want you to say stop whenever you want.
Stop.
Right there? Tried to hit it right that moment. Right
Do
there.
A little bit more.
Okay. You know what? I have a better idea. Take, and I want you to do it while it's in your hands. You see what I'm saying? Take, I want you to feel it. Listen to me. I want you to be able to feel so you lift exactly where you want. Take the cards in your hands and listen to me. You can lift a little or a lot, but I want you to feel like it's the right amount. Lift a chunk. No, in your hands. So you're in charge. I can't do something for you, but you got to do at least like a few cards. You have like some oomph. Does that feel right?
Feels good.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Put them down on the table wherever you cut. Like put no. Like put the top half. Yeah.
Oh.
Like wherever chunk you take off, put it on the table.
Oh, okay.
Take a
coachable.
chunk, put it on the,
Sorry,
and then take the other half, turn it sideways, and mark the cut. Get it? Boom. Now watch this. Is it over 50 million?
No.
Okay, so it wasn't December. All right. Because then December would have been 12. Anyway, Taylor's blind is still blowing about a
Yep.
million.
Math.
All right. I let the cards fall. You shuffled them like crazy. And you cut. You said, I don't want you to do it. You do it. And now if you had cut one more card, it'd be different here. Do you agree? One more card different here. Every single place would have been different.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see exactly in the middle where you cut. And what I want you to do is one digit at a time. Is it 7 or 8 digits, that number? 8 digits? 10 million something?
Yeah, 8.
Okay, so let's do this. One at a time. I'm going to let you do it. Right at the exact point you cut. Tell us what's the first digit.
On the the biggest number?
Yeah, the whole thing. What's it start with?
2.
2. What's the next number?
Dude, 9.
A 9. What's the next number?
6.
A 6? Okay, is that right? This is getting too weird. What's the next number?
7.
7? What's the next number?
Oh God, 4.
A 4? What's the next number?
3.
A 3?
4.
4?
1.
Ain't no 1 in the deck, so how about an ace? Does that work? An ace?
Oh my God, dude.
Now, that would have been a card trick, but you know what? Money, right? You're in the NFL, you make money. Everybody likes to make money, but money can never buy you more time. You could be the richest person in the world, right? You only got so much time. So what's worth more than money? What did you say? Bussin' With The Boys, you signed 100? What? I don't even know what it was. Was it 100?
Yeah.
It's still in your pocket?
Yeah.
It's gone. Check your pocket. Did you feel when I... No, it's not the same one.
Yeah, it's the same one.
Check if you signed it.
Yeah, it's signed.
You know who else signed it?
Who?
The government. Do me a favor. Read us the serial number of that bill on the other side, 1 digit at a time.
No.
Hold the calculator up. Read the serial number.
Mitch, you wanna? Right here, the far one.
Go ahead, one at a time.
Jack, you want me to hold it?
Yeah. 2, 9, 6, 7, 4, 3, 4, 1. And there's a 0 at the end, but
That's an O for O's.
That's the hey, O's, man.
That's it, boys.
Hey, that's the most incredible thing I've ever seen.
We leave on a high note.
brother, that was. Thank you.
And look behind you, Brees Hall's walking in. No, I'm kidding. Totally.
That was unbelievable.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
You've been awesome. Seriously, I just.
This is what they teach you at University of Michigan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Were you part of the cheating scandal?
I was brought in immediately after the cheating scandal. My episode aired the day after. And people said, are you really Oz Pearlman? Or
You know all
are
the
you
signs.
Connor?
Yeah, Connor Stallions.
Connor Stallions. I'm available. Defensive coordinators who need to know what the other team's actually going to do.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Where are you going at this training camp?
So I might be a secret. I don't know. It's.
Oh, because you.
No,
Yeah, you're right. Even if you could, we want the boys to be surprised.
I want the boys to be
Yeah,
surprised. That's
absolutely.
the reason.
Absolutely.
But
How many stops do you get to go on?
A lot of teams. We got a couple handfuls of teams. So pro and college. So I'm super psyched. The college, you know what? I did Michigan last year, my alma mater. So that was really a special thing. I told those guys, you're going to win it all this year. I was their good luck charm. I'm saying they did it. But I said at that moment, I said, we're going all the way. We had a 15-0 season. This year, I'm excited. I think the team that I'm going to go see is also going to win the national championship.
Predict Michigan's schedule this year.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I wish.
Because you got what? The first? How many draft picks did you get?
13,
right in a row? 13,
including Penix.
Which is the craziest pick.
Now, are you a massive football fan?
I keep track of football. I don't know if I'm massive. I have 4 kids, so I can't watch as much football as I would like, minus getting in trouble. But I try to keep. I would say I've in the last few years, with all the stuff I do for NFL, I have to watch so much game footage and know who the guys are, that I've transitioned more to NFL, but it used to be much more college.
I will cut this part, but are you going to Titans?
I'm not going to Titans.
Okay, fair enough. Not in the budget. I get it. Not in the budget for the Titans.
Tell them for next year.
They're a little cheap.
I don't think they reached out.
Really?
I don't think so. A lot of teams have.
Yeah, dude, this was an insane. Like, look at this is the first wave at every guy.
Interesting too, because he went to the Bengals.
Yeah, and you also went to the Jets.
I did Jets,
and
for
you had
Hard
a guy
Knocks.
go up, and you said
McCall Hardman.
He's going to win the Super
Number
Bowl.
one
He
betting
got
line.
traded
It was
to
insane. Then the
Chiefs.
score that was predicted in the game, 31-21, became the number one most bet score on DraftKings and FanDuels. That score from that went viral. You should look it up. It's crazy, and it was the number one most bet score.
Wait,
for the
what did
game.
you say?
I had McCall Hardman come up. You got to watch the clip. I almost think you should put the clip up. And I had puzzle. I had a puzzle piece, like a big puzzle that we dumped, and there were hundreds of puzzle pieces all over the table that were different. And I said, McCall, you know, it's muscle memory. Like, so I had him put his arm down and sweeps them off until he only got like 10 pieces left. And I go, look at him and just pick any 2 pieces up. And that's what he did. And there's behind him is like a easel. And I said, look at those 2 pieces and go time, baby. It's like you don't have time to respond. Last 10 seconds of regulation, drop 1 piece on the floor. And he comes over and I say, come on over with me. And we take it out, and that 1 piece fit perfectly in the puzzle in the center. It's the only piece that worked. All the rest of the pieces you could check. It was of the Jets logo. Do you understand? It was a puzzle of 500 pieces.
Yes.
And then I said to him, if you make it to the Super Bowl this year, and I know you're going to be in the Super Bowl, McCall, that was the part that was crazy. So you end up being in the Super Bowl not with the Jets. And I go, who are you going to play? And he goes, the 49ers. And then I said, what's the score going to be? And he goes, 31-21. And on the back, I had printed, 49ers, you in the Super Bowl with the 49ers, 31-21. So I guessed the score that he did. So when he predicted that and he got sent back to the Chiefs, people were like, we're going to start betting this score because we think it might actually be that.
Yeah.
So it was crazy. It was just a weird life mimics reality, or just art mimics life. It was crazy.
Was that your greatest prediction?
It was, it wasn't the prediction because I didn't get it right, but I did actually tell him that I thought he'd win the Super Bowl winning pass, which was posted later because I DM'd it to him a week before.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, and we were DMing and he's like, dude, I don't even know what to say. This is so insane.
God. That's nuts. Do we have any questions?
What kind of prediction can we get out of him?
What kind of prediction? I'm saying that the Chiefs are going to win 3 years in a row.
Are you a Kansas City fan?
I like Kansas City, but I just think they're gonna pull it out again.
Who are they gonna beat?
Oh, I got to do my research before I say that. I don't know.
Who's gonna go to the? Give us your college football playoff.
Whew.
Yeah.
Georgia's going far this year. I think the Bulldogs, Georgia.
Who's gonna be in the Final Four of the college football playoff?
No, I don't know all this. Yeah, you put me on the spot too early in the day.
Too early?
Too early.
Is Michigan going to make the college football playoff?
For sure.
Is Nebraska?
I don't think so.
Bastards. Before we let Dr. Oz leave, does anybody have any questions back there? Anything?
Steve just asked me why did all of his money leave his bank account in the last 3 minutes.
There was one thing
what
that
was
we
your-
talked. So mine was you wanted me to do the card, which you picked.
Hold on, stop right there. Let's do this. Right? He wants the challenge. He wants the challenge of saying, if you're that good, then what? So if you're that good, then how about this? Hit me. What's a question? What's your question that nobody here would know? Say it. What's the question?
Lock
Say
in
what's
first,
the question
lock
on
in
your
first.
mind. Tell not the answer. I don't want to know an answer. What's your question?
What was the name of my brother's first dog?
Jesus. That was really, this guy should have left before he said that.
Is that the answer?
Whew. Steve, I need you to do me a favor. You ready?
No.
I want you to go outside of the bus. There's a silver briefcase.
Yeah.
Silver briefcase looks like it has $3 million cash.
Okay.
Looks like it should be handcuffed like a nuclear football.
Yep.
Go, bring it to me, please.
You got it. Is my cash
Is that question you said that's what you wrote down on the?
Hold on. No more answers. No more nothing.
sorry,
I want to
sorry.
hear one word. Your brother's dog's name.
Yeah, my brother's first dog.
First dog. It's not your dog.
No,
That's weird. So it was not a family dog.
it was a family dog.
Oh, but it's
it
your
was his
brother's.
dog.
Okay.
Still alive?
Inside of here is an urn with the ashes of. No, I'm totally kidding. That was super creepy. Okay. Avert your eyes for a moment as I bring out something very unique. Hold up. This lets you know, everybody listening or watching, that this wasn't set up and I had no idea what was about to happen or I had something prepared. But now I'm coming in hot. Open your eyes. I said coming in hot for a reason. You'll see what I mean. My business card is right here. That's it. Bam. Oz Pearlman, Mentalist. If I turn this thing around and the letters that spell your brother's dog's first name are on here, are you going to be absolutely blown away?
Yes.
Insane,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I'm gonna ask you one question here.
Okay. Is it a math question?
No.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? A math question. Count how many letters are in that dog's name. Don't tell me. Just think of the first letter. Keep going all the way to the end. See what he did?
No, he did
What
a
do
great
you do?
job.
What do you do, Will, when you whistle? What do you do when you whistle? That's it. Look at that. Look at those lips. You whistle. You go like this, right?
Yeah.
So you know what that noise sounds like? That sounds just like air escaping. I guarantee you. I don't know when you did it, but you did this. That's S. There's an S in this name, isn't there?
No.
There's no S?
No.
There's no S.
No.
I'm going to turn this around. Think of all the letters. Why did he whistle? Was it because you whistled to the dog in your mind to come over?
You son of a bitch, Oz.
Try it one more time. Think of the first letter.
Okay.
Keep going till you get to the last letter. Did it different that time. Rolled your tongue. R. Last letter's an R, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, see that? You tried to whistle, throw me off. If I turn this around, I guarantee your dog's name is on there. Your brother's dog.
Do you want to bet?
What do you want to bet?
What do you want to bet?
What do you want to bet? You know, I'm 100% going to win this bet. You know how I know the letters are on there?
All of them are on
I
there.
wrote every single letter in the alphabet, my friends. That's called a power move, Bussin With The Boys. That is a power move. What do you want to bet? You betting with me?
No.
Don't you bring a knife to a
God, we
gunfight
did.
again.
Yeah, my fault, dude.
You know what I said? I said I'm coming in hot. Hold out your hand. Whole alphabet's on here. I didn't put a Z or an X. Be honest. Is there a Z or an X in
No.
there? Because that'd be a weird dog's name. Max? All right. Hold up. Bring your hand right over here. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm going to bring this in close to a camera so you can see that the whole alphabet was written on here before we even started. Can you see all the letters? Will, come on over. Can you see them?
Yes.
Can you see my hand? Imagine that my hand goes on top and all the letters start to melt away until, forget the bad joke, all it says is that dog's name. You ready?
Yeah.
That would have been so sick though, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Look at the blue balls on Taylor after that. Oh
dude.
my God, that would have been good. You ready? But I said I'm coming in hot. So
Yo,
look what I
you
brought.
son of a-
Yeah.
Look at this. Come over. I think you should get a camera closer if you want to see this. Come on in.
I keep thinking it's over.
I don't know which one's going to zoom in, but look at it. Looks like some of the letters are starting to melt away. It looks like more of those letters starting to melt away until only thing left. What does that say?
Flower.
That's the name of the dog. That's the name of the dog, and I wrote it down.
Flower. Keep it.
Yeah. Are you serious? Dude, look at it. Oh. It's way more ripped than I expected it to be. We're going to have to do a little puzzle here, but I swear to God.
It's okay. He's got a puzzle joke.
You said to rip it up so many times.
I don't care, man. Yeah, keep it. Rip it up. You don't.
How
have to,
did
you don't
you
have to-
do that?
You swear to God, it
I
was Flower.
swear to God, the dog's name was Flower.
We got to figure this out.
We have to.
Here's a corner.
All right, boys. I got to hop on a plane. I'm going to leave you to not sleep for the rest of the night.
Hey, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Good stuff, gentlemen.
Dude, it's
Hey.
been incredible.
Who's been your favorite person to perform for?
I don't know. It's a tough one. Maybe President Obama. That was pretty cool.
Yeah?
Because
Yeah.
I saw you've had Shaq, Mark Cuban.
Yeah, those are good guys too. Not to knock either one of them.
Have
Shaq
you-
is a big guy.
Big man.
Have you ever revealed any secrecy to any single individual?
My wife knows a lot of stuff.
She knows a lot of stuff. Would she know this stuff?
Not all of it, but most of it.
I
She's
mean,
been
that
around me for enough
calculator,
time.
dollar shit.
You shuffled. You took the
That's-
cards out of my hand, and you said, "No, I'm cutting."
That's the most insane thing I've ever
In
seen.
my life.
He took out a bag of cash in the corner of the bus, if I remember correctly, too. Not even a wallet, a bag of cash.
I go to bank later.
Yo, for the record, I don't even know if anybody can read his handwriting right now. It is a disaster.
Oh yeah, I see Flo right there.
I don't see anything. I are you writing in Korean? I can't tell.
First.
Yeah, I think he has
Keep
to
this
leave.
card. Keep the flower card. That's a keeper right there.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Once we get this puzzle done, we're going to take a photo of it and put it on the episode. Dude, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Unbelievable.
That was so fun.
We got JP, Steven. We got Mitch in the back with the headphones. We got Sherman. We got Jared, J-Rod as I like to call him right there. We obviously have Jack, Garrett, double R, double T. We never actually met for the first time. So No, you never told me your name. I only got Steven's name. What's your name? No, I would have remembered. Cooper. I was never told this, so I that's a party foul right there.
Dude, thank you,
I'm so
man.
blown away right now.
Subscribe.
Man, that was weird.